Tonight, actor Walter Perez, along with Caesar Ramirez of Mark Production Enterprises, join me in studio as we gear up for the April 22nd release of The Road to Juarez. Your time to win a golden ticket is running out. Tweet me during tonight's show at Mike Allen _OTA, hashtag it armedradio, and if you are listening to the rebroadcast, email me at MikeAllenSports.com. Remember, winners not only get to go to the premiere in Austin, Texas, or Los Angeles, but you will be in the running to experience the movie as a VIP and possibly win a date with our own Dani Blaze. Then, OTA Paranormal Specialist Heather Bumpous with the results of our initial walkthrough of the Taylor Sanitarium and our upcoming full investigation this Sunday night. Then, get in bed with Dani Blaze and Mad Mike with tonight's topic, having relations with coworkers. Stick around. It's going to be a fun one, folks. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Armed Radio Global Network. And you're on the air. This spring, Mark Production Enterprises presents.
I need to get something going on.
Perro tells me many good things about you guys, so I will get right to the point. My brother-in-law was recently arrested. The day they took him in, he had a large shipment of skins coming in through Morelos near Mexico City. Find the shipment, deliver it to our contact, collect your money, and retire.
This place is nuts.
Believe me, you got no idea.
Walter Perez.
Se verá mucho más bonita en persona que en sus fotos.
Don't you ever get lonely?
Sometimes, but I have my family.
And starring Charlie Coons and Adal Ramones.
Asegúrate que todo esté listo.
And award-winning actor William Forsythe.
They're gone.
You need to deliver everything to Juarez.
They want the entire shipment found and delivered to them in 72 hours, so they will kill them both.
We'll get them back. One way or the other, this will work out.
Star in The Road to Juarez. World premiere August 22nd in Los Angeles, California, and Austin, Texas.
Once this is over, they're going to get all their money lock, stock, and barrel. You want to throw down with me?
Stay tuned to Arm Radio Global for your opportunity to win a golden ticket and a chance to experience the premiere as a VIP. For your chance to win, listen to On the Air with Mike Allen every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio Global.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
Attention World of Tank gamers. Armed and its affiliated divisions are recruiting entire clans and tankers. Armed, the largest and most progressive gaming community on the World of Tanks gaming platform. Now on 3 servers. To join, visit www.armedtanks.net or hashtag #NeedAToaster. Toast that, bitches.
Ever have a computer issue that you can't figure out? Is your computer running slow, locking up, or giving you the blue screen of death? Now you have a store that not only can diagnose your rig, but if needed, upgrade that tired old workhorse. Centex Computers in Hutto is equipped not only to fix your computer, but give you an honest analysis of what needs to be fixed. Let's face it, your home computer is not only convenient, it's essential for your home or your office to stay in touch in this new virtual world. Now you have a place to take your computer for honest and reliable service. Visit www.centexcomputers.com for locations and times. Centex Computers Hutto is the official computer experts for On the Air with Mike Allen.
Cell 2G 2000 watts. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Dani Blaze from On the Air with Mike Allen. Get into bed with Mad Mike and I for the latest info on sex, relationship, and whatever else turns us on. The fun starts in the third hour around 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. So tune in to On the Air with Mike Allen at 9 p.m. Central, then hop into bed with us at 11 right here on Armed Radio Global.
All right, welcome to the show. We got a good one tonight, folks. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Eat24.com. Anywhere you are in the United States, if they are in your area, all you have to do is put the zip code in your phone on their free app or on their webpage. They will find a restaurant near you that delivers food to your front door. That's Eat24.com. Also, Centex Computers, they are responsible for this massive flamethrower I got sitting next to me. Home built from scratch, very affordable, does everything I ask it to do. Go see Steve down there. He'll put something together for you. And if you got those slippery iPhones and iPads that somebody decided to make out of mostly glass so they fall off stuff really easy and crash on the ground, take them down there. Steve will fix them up for you. That's Centex Computers of Hutto. Now, let's welcome, and I'm excited about this one, folks, because this is this is really cool. Mr. Walter Perez, who stars in The Road to Juarez. Walter also was in The Avengers. He starred in Fame in 2009, and he's also in Line of Duty, and he's got a bunch of other movies to his. He was in CSI on TV. Crime Scene Investigation. And we were asking Caesar Ramirez, who also joins us in the studio, what part in Avengers did Walter play? And if you remember, the jump jet pilot that flew into kind of the helicarrier and was shooting the Hulk, and then the Hulk jumped on the jet and then pulled the pilot out. That was Walter. So please, welcome to the show, Mr. Walter Perez.
Awesome, man. Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate that.
So when the Hulk grabbed you, I mean, what was going through your mind when
the Hulk grabbed me? CGI.
It's all CGI. Now, how did?
Yeah, it's all CGI. We shot that in Albuquerque in a big stage, and they put me up in this 45-foot jet fighter, and then they had like a hydraulic system on it. And they just had like this fake like Hulk face like going around, directors yelling stuff like he's on your left, he's on your right, and the things like the planes like going up up and down and left and right, and I'm just fearing for my life.
That is awesome. That's pretty cool.
It was great. It was great experience, man. I mean that production there was millions and millions of dollars.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
it's just nuts. I mean it's just for that little small scene like you. It's just crazy how much stuff goes on. Well, how many people are involved, and
it made billions. Great. So that little scene was probably just a small little drop in the bucket. Of course, have you seen the trailer for 3? Are you big into Marvel comics? Are you kind of a geek like me with all that stuff?
No, I'm not. All my friends that found out that I was going to be in it were all excited, and I was never like a huge fan, so. I was just like, hey, this is awesome. I mean, I knew about the Avengers, and I just wasn't a big fan. So I wasn't as excited for the comic books and stuff part of the movie. But as far as like getting to work on something at that level, obviously was the more exciting part for me. And then, getting to work with Joss Whedon was obviously a big deal for me. Yeah. So.
Well, we've got Danger Davis, my co-host over here. As soon as you said Josh Whedon, he got all glassy-eyed. He's a big comic book. He's our comic book guy over here.
Oh, sweet.
But hey, we're having you on tonight because we're talking about the road to Juarez, and I actually bumped into Caesar, and we'll remain silent on how we actually met unless he wants to tell you.
Oh wow! I'm sure there's like a great story behind it.
Well, there's a great story. It's there's anyway. Well, I'll let Caesar broach that subject if he wants to. But now you actually play one of the leads here, along with Charlie Kuntz.
Right. Yeah.
In the Road to Juarez.
Charlie Kuntz.
Yeah. Tell us about that project. I mean, was it? I'm watching the trailer. I personally can't wait to go see the movie now, and of course now we're involved in it, so I really have a vested interest. What was it like? I mean, what was your thoughts going into it? How did you select this script? What was your motivation to pursue this?
Well, it was a story. The script, the way it was written. I was intrigued by the fact that it's about this guy who's a klepto who just can't. He has a good heart, but he just can't figure out. He's like struggling between finding what's right and what's wrong, and his whole life he goes around conning people, and just like him trying to change. He really wants to be a different person, but he's a klepto. He just can't help it. And there's like a redeeming quality to his character, and you see it in the movie, and so. It's a nice arc that this guy goes through, and the way it was written, I just really enjoyed reading it. So I decided, hey man, I'd love to be part of it, and luckily, the guy David and Caesar decided to give me the job. So I was excited to join in.
And it was great. And you didn't get pulled out of airplanes. So that's good.
I didn't get pulled out of airplanes, no, but I got pulled out of like
a truck,
moving cars.
Yeah, moving cars.
And
you do your own stunts?
Trains and stuff. No, I'm kidding. I didn't.
do you do your own stunts?
I do all my own stunts. Yes, there were very few. There were very few in this one, but I do my own stunts when I can.
Very cool.
Yeah, for sure.
How is it working with William Forsythe?
Crazy. He's a great guy. Super intense guy. But I love it. There's a couple of scenes where me and him are kind of going at it, and you got to like get in his face kind of, and sometimes you just feel like that if you get in his face too much or get too close, that he might just like throw a punch at you. he's so vested, there was a few times where I was like, in fear of my life.
Now, does he turn it on and off? As soon as I say cut, does he just like totally change and turn it off?
No, he kind of does, but not really though. He stays pretty intense throughout the whole entire day, until we go to the trailer and we're all hanging out and stuff. Like that's when it changes. But he's just a pretty intense guy on a general basis.
Pure professional.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Great guy, sweetheart, but very intense and very scary, but such a good guy. Yeah.
Now
he's been around forever. This guy's done everything.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, I'm trying to get him on the show, so if you have any inside, just kind of. I got Caesar working the angle there, and
yeah,
I would love to have him
got
on
that
my show.
Pull.
Oh my goodness,
Caesar Ramirez, he's got that pull. He knows everybody. He'll get everybody in there. Ask him.
Well, he's on mic. He hasn't said anything yet, though.
Hello, Walter. How you doing?
Hola, César. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, mi amigo. And you? How you doing? Thank you so much for calling and for being here and talking about Road to Juarez. We're very proud of you.
My pleasure.
And obviously you are the lead character, and we love your work. So we're really proud of your work. So I'm excited for you to be here. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. We're really happy. People are reacting really good to the movie and to the interview. So it's great that we have the lead actor tonight.
Very cool. We had the director on last show.
That's correct.
David
David was with us, and he spoke about the movie as well. And obviously, we're going into theaters April 24th. So right now we're in full campaign.
Nice.
Yeah, and we're helping them out with that here in the Austin area. We're actually north of Austin, so we're on the golden
my favorite
ticket.
place.
Hey, Austin, isn't Austin wonderful? I used to be a cop in Austin.
Man.
That's like the best place to work. There's every place to eat. I mean, it was just so much fun.
Oh, God.
Now,
I love Austin.
Now, you also, your co-host here, who you get in a little bit of trouble with in the movie, Charlie Kuntz.
Yeah,
also
Charlie
somebody, I mean, one of the great method actors and character actors out there. I mean, he's got a lot of movies to his name here, it looks like.
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. A lot of TV shows, too. He's on one right now. That's CSI.
CSI Cyber. Yeah. I caught him in that the other day.
Working with Little Bow Wow.
Yeah. Well, Big Bow Wow now.
Big Bow Wow now. Sorry, mid-sized Bow Wow.
Mid-size.
Yeah, he's more like a mid-size. He's not really that big. But I love that guy. Yeah, I love that guy. It was such a fun time to shoot with him. Yeah, we got to play brothers. I mean, even though obviously we're not blood related, but we're brothers in the movie, and you could tell that from like the beginning when we did like a little chemistry read beforehand, and it was me and him, and we just clicked right away. We just had that chemistry, from the beginning, and he's just like a big teddy bear, so it's very easy to kind of fall in love with him as a friend, So it was fun. I love that guy.
So we're talking to Walter Perez, one of the lead actors of The Road to Juarez. This will be released April 24th. And
several different locations. So keep listening to win your golden tickets and come see the movie.
Yeah, we're gonna be giving those away and possibly a date with our own Dani Blaze. And Dani wants to know if Walter is eligible to win the date with.
I don't know, Walter. That you're gonna.
I don't know. You might be ineligible. So, all right, we're gonna let's take a quick break. We're gonna. now she's giving me a hard time. We're going to take a quick break. Walter, if you just want to stand by, we're going to run some commercials. We'll be right back with Walter Perez from The Road to Juarez, right here on Armed Radio Global. Now, you have a chance to win a golden ticket here at Armed Radio. All you have to do is, if you're listening to this broadcast live right now, go to Twitter and tweet me at Armed Radio. At Armed Radio 1 or at Mike Allen OTA and hashtag it Armed Radio. If you do that, put you in the running to win the tickets. The tickets tonight were donated by Brian Cogbill of Old Town Insurance. He actually can help you with your insurance needs nationwide. Call him at 1-877-653-8696. And we want to thank him for donating 20 tickets. So we only have a limited amount. So don't wait. Tweet me at Armed Radio 1 or at Mike Allen OTA and hashtag it Armed Radio. We'll be right back after these messages.
Is your wife wicked hot? Or is she just cold? Do you just want to take a hot shower? Call Savino Mechanical for all your heating, hot water, and cooling needs. Savino Mechanical has been servicing Greater Boston and Southern New Hampshire for over a quarter century. Quality 24-hour service, reasonable rates, satisfaction guaranteed, licensed and insured. And remember, at Savino Mechanical, we are not comfortable until you are. Call Savino Mechanical today at 1-855-624-4280. That's 1-855-624-4280. Savino Mechanical.
Savino Wine Preservation System is wine preservation glassware. Savino is an easy-to-use wine preservation system that allows you to enjoy your favorite wines anytime without waiting for an occasion. Open any bottle with confidence, knowing that you can enjoy the full original flavor of Tuesday's wine on Saturday. For more information, visit us at www.savinowine.com. Today's wine, tomorrow.
Coming this spring, Mark Production Enterprises presents.
I need to get something going on.
Perro tells me many good things about you guys, so I will get right to the point. My brother-in-law was recently arrested. The day they took him in, he had a large shipment of skins coming in through Morelos near Mexico City. Find the shipment, deliver it to our contact, collect your money, and retire.
This place is nuts.
With me, you got no idea.
Walter Perez.
Se verá mucho más bonita en persona que en sus fotos.
Don't you ever get lonely?
Sometimes, but I have my family.
And starring Charlie Coons and Adal Ramones.
Asegúrate que todo esté listo.
And award-winning actor William Forsythe.
They're gone.
You need to deliver everything to Juarez.
They want the entire shipment found and delivered to them in 72 hours, or they will kill them both.
We'll get them back. One way or the other, this will work out.
Star in The Road to Juarez. World premiere August 22nd in Los Angeles, California, and Austin, Texas.
Once this is over, they're going to get all their money lock, stock, and barrel. You want to throw down with me?
Stay tuned to Arm Radio Global for your opportunity to win a golden ticket and a chance to experience the premiere as a VIP. For your chance to win, listen to On the Air with Mike Allen every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio Global.
Armed Radio Global presents its new 2015 Talk at Night lineup.
Mondays 8 p.m. Eastern, Spot On with Lino and Tom.
Straight Talk with Matt Hazley. Mondays and Fridays 10 p.m. Eastern.
On Tuesdays, Talk Time with Val 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by High Five at 10 p.m. Eastern with Johnny and Mikey.
Wednesdays On the Air with Mike Allen 10 p.m. EST, and Thursdays Night Talk with Joe Rocks 10 p.m. Eastern.
Join the talk now on Ustream TV. Replays on Spreaker. Exclusively on Armed Radio Global.
All right, welcome back to the show. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Eat24.com. Like I said, man, you go out of town, going to a business conference, everybody's sitting in this conference room, bored, looking at the clock, waiting for lunch. You're only going to have about 45 minutes. They're going to be rushing out the door, trying to find someplace close where they can get food. Well, you don't have to do all that. All you have to do is pick up your smartphone, go to the free app that you can get off the iTunes Store or Google Play, download the Eat24.com app, put in your zip code, and they will find you. So when everybody's running out to lunch, your lunch is running in. It's like having a food truck in your pants. Eat24.com. Also, Centex Computers. They built this huge computer next to me. I'm happy with it. I love it to death. Steve down there is amazing. Go down there if you need a computer built, if you want to buy a computer, or if you got an iPad or iPhone and you dropped it, especially if you have teenage kids that have iPhones and they've dropped it, well, you can take it down to Centex Computer. Steve will hook you up and he'll fix it for you. All right, time's running out to the world premiere. We had another debate during the break, but we're going to go ahead and go with the 24th. But your chance to win a golden ticket is running out, man. I got 20 of them. I got 20 of them to give away, courtesy of Old Town Insurance. Brian Cogbill will take care of all your insurance needs. 1-877-653-8696. Please welcome back to the show, actor Walter Perez. And in studio, Caesar Ramirez. And Caesar's got some questions wants to talk to you. I guess some stuff happened during the movie that he would like to... You said funny moments or something? What were you talking about, Caesar?
No. I wanted to say, what was your experience, Walter? Like, meaning during the filming, and what was the best experience that you got out of the movie? And obviously, just your personal experience in general. And invite, obviously, all your audience to come April 24th to the opening in theaters of Road to Juarez.
Absolutely, man. I mean, this is indie filmmaking at its best, you know. We got a lot of people that, worked their butts off to do this movie. I think that the best thing about it was being around a bunch of creative people that were willing to do something, for not that much money, but we're doing it because they love the script, you know. I think when you bring people like that together, it's always just so much nicer to be on set. And the cool thing was being able to travel, you know. I mean, we went everywhere. I mean, this movie, we shot in the deserts of Mexico and some deserts out in LA, and it's this big road trip movie. You go from the United States, from Mexico to the United States, and it's just there's so much to see. And so when you watch the movie, you realize how much stuff we actually got done, different landscapes, and it looks beautiful. You know, the color correction on it was awesome, and that was Tawan, right? Tawan Bazemore.
That's correct. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I know he worked his butt off for that, man, and it looks so good. It's so good. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that was my favorite experience was pretty much the whole thing, and just the traveling part of it, you know, and being around good people all the time. That was great.
Absolutely, and actually, the last version that comes in theaters was cut by the Oscar-nominated editing team, the Luis Carvalat, the same guys who cut the Birdman, the Oscar winner movie. So I think people are going to really enjoy watching Road to Juarez.
So you got to kiss. I saw in the
Romina Benicio, yes.
Yeah. How was that?
Yeah, he did it actually like 5 times. I mean, every single angle.
Now, did you? Yeah, I was going to ask. I mean, when you're shooting a scene like that, I mean, you got to get it just right. You can't just, First, you got to practice, right?
Of course. Well, first, you got to make sure that the scenes aren't happening after lunch. Yeah. That's for damn sure. Make sure you go and brush your teeth if it is after lunch.
Make sure no one has any liver sausage and onion sandwiches or anything. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. She is married, so I really can't say much. But no, she's a sweetheart and a professional, you know.
Yeah.
And we had really good chemistry. We got along really, really well. And so it's very easy to jump into those scenes, you know. We're both professionals, so it's just you go in there and you just do your thing, you know. And of course, there's times where camera guy messes up, or there's sound issues, and you just gotta do it again. And I'm not gonna complain, you know.
Oh yeah,
hey, do it again.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, it looks like
as many times as we need to. I mean,
absolutely. Well, I can't remember who it was that said that. Especially the intimate scenes. You got to get them just right. So you can't rush through those.
You definitely can't rush through those. No. Mm-hmm.
Well, very good. Well, what's your favorite memory of the show, of shooting the show, whether it was on camera or maybe something that you guys did off camera?
I think my favorite was. I think Caesar and David would disagree, and I think everyone would disagree. Or maybe, I guess not everyone, but I know David and Caesar would. But I think it was the stuff that we shot in Lancaster. And it goes back to what I said earlier. When you're hanging around people that are doing this for the love of the script and the creativity, you know. We were shooting in Lancaster. We were all put up in this little small hotel. And it felt like, summer camp for those 3 days that we were out there. And that was cool, man. There was a pool at this, this little hotel, and it was a tiny, tiny hotel. I mean, this is Lancaster. There's nothing out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a bunch of us, after we shot for 15, 16 hours, we all go back to the hotel, and everyone's just there just hanging out, and it just really just felt like summer camp. Everyone's just hanging, and having a good time. And even though we just did 16 hours in the blazing hot sun, somehow we all cool off in that pool and have a couple beers, and it just makes it so much nicer,
So it's almost like you, and we're talking to Walter Perez from Road to Juarez, and almost like you through the whole shooting, you kind of become a family.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it usually happens on most sets, you know. But this one in particular, I think it was different because we shot it in very limited time, and we got to get everything done pretty quickly, and so everyone's working together simultaneously. You know, everyone's doing it's not like one person's doing just one job. It's like one person's doing 3 or 4 jobs. So everyone's, in contact with each other, and everyone's communicating with each other, and that's just the way it was on this one, And I think that brought everyone closer together quicker, and that made a huge difference. When everyone was kind of annoyed and irritated, and it was hot, and people are hot and bothered, and So yeah, man. I think that was a cool part about it, And I really enjoyed it.
So who was the jokester? Was Mr. Ramones the one that kind of kept everybody on their toes? And
Alain Ramones?
Yeah.
Yeah, he joked around. He was kind of a serious guy when he was on set. And I thought that was pretty interesting, because he is a big jokester. And when we were in the hotel and stuff, he was joking and stuff. But on set, he was pretty serious about his craft,
Yeah.
And I respect him for that. But I think maybe Charlie Coons was the one that was always cracking jokes and just being funny. He's a character, that guy.
Now,
I think it was Charlie Coons.
I mean, is there kind of a sense when things are getting a little tense, something's not working out right, everybody's kind of on edge to loosen things up? Does one of the veterans, do something silly or just to kind of break the mood and get everybody relaxed again?
Well, I think we've all pretty much have done, a good amount of work, and so I think we all just. I think that was the nice thing about it was that we all have done enough work so that we know that those things happen on sets like this all the time, and so sometimes David would get frustrated, Caesar would get frustrated because of time or whatever, and all of us have been there before, so it's very easy to just be like, all right, guys, this is cool, it's gonna be all right. Gonna be all right. So yeah, I think it takes some of the actors that have been doing this for a long time to just kind of set the tone, or bring that frustration down by just saying, hey, look, I'm not complaining, I'm not complaining, and I'm a guy on camera. I need to be ready. But yeah, I think that's experience. I think helps with that kind of stuff, and I think everyone brought that. Adal Ramones has been doing this forever.
Oh, yeah.
So has Charlie Coons and everyone on set, basically.
Very cool. So what's your favorite memory? The one thing that stands out about the entire process that you're going to carry with you about this one, because I know you're going to see it different than we do, because we're going to see the finished product. So, of course, as an audience member, you get caught up into the story that's being told. But as an actor in the movie, I would sense that, this is much more to you when you see the movie. You're going to remember little things that were happening behind the camera or whatever happened when you're shooting that scene. What's your favorite memory?
Actually, just beyond getting to know me, Walter. Okay, don't put that on the balance.
Oh God!
And also, I just want to clarify that Luis and Pablo Carvalar were the same guys who cut Amores Perros, which was directed by the Oscar-winning director Iñárritu. So I just wanted to clarify that. However, yes, going back to that question, yeah, beyond getting to know me, Walter, what would be your best thing?
Man, I don't know. That's what I was going to say. That's crazy.
It's like you read your mind, right?
You read my mind. That's so crazy. Man, I have nothing else to say. I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth.
That's it. Show's over. Let's get out of here.
We're done. Over.
Tap it out.
Oh, my God.
Play the music.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I guess my favorite memories would be, shooting in Mexico City. It was I know it was a dream for David to shoot this movie forever, and it was just nice to have that moment with him. I know, we had a few moments, but in Mexico City, it's you could just see this look in his face, this is actually happening. Look at us, we're doing this, and we're walking around Mexico City, shooting this thing, and it's just a good moment there, when you connect with your director in many different levels, not only actor director, but also just two people working in this business that are both creative people and are finally working together to do something. I think that was probably my favorite moment, for sure.
Yeah, I remember we were at this market called El Mercado de Sonora, and Walter's like, we're walking back and forth. There was so many people looking at us, and there was like huge packed. We got really done and dirty, and there was packed. The place was packed, people all over the place, and walking and doing all the stuff with the cameras. We have cops all over the place for us as well.
Federales.
And I remember Walter. I think I want a beer, man. I think it's time. Would I be arrested? No, I don't think so. And I think we can hang it. And so after the 12 beer, I'm like, okay, Walter, I think we might get arrested now. No, I'm just kidding. No, he was drinking all just agua de limón, just pure water, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was just lemonade. That's all it was.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
hey, that's what happens when you shoot in Mexico. That's the kind of stuff I love. I love Mexico here, and I love Mexican treats, and Mexican food, and when you're shooting in this little mercadito where all that stuff's like in your face, I'm like, I look over to Caesar, and I'm like, I think you owe me, dude. I need to get a little michelada in my system.
Yeah, you're right, and I remember that I took you to a place to eat bugs. Remember that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's awesome.
We're talking to Walter Perez and Caesar Ramirez, who's in studio with me, about the Road to Juarez. It's going to be coming up April 24th.
That's correct. And
with the red carpet and everything, is going to be the...
Yeah, we're going to have a red carpet. We're going to have red carpet in Austin.
In Austin and in Los Angeles.
And Los Angeles, yes. And that's why you should go get your golden ticket now, because actually it will allow you to win admissions to go to the after parties, to the to walk the red carpet.
Walk the red carpet.
To bring a little bit of Hollywood to yourself,
Maybe since Walter likes Austin, he'll come to the Austin premiere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yes, I'm not missing that.
No. And now that we have Dani...
yeah, we'll protect you from Dani. I don't know if she's listening out there, or she...
Yeah, Dani, where are you?
Where's Dani?
Where's Dani? Yeah, tell her you want to talk.
Yeah, we're gonna bring her on so that you can actually. She has a crush on you. She doesn't know if she's gonna kiss you or she doesn't know she's gonna kiss you or she's gonna grab your butt. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And I'm an absolute terrible roommate for doing this to her. But she actually has a segment later on in the show called "In Bed with Dani Blaze and." Mad Mike. So if you once we're done, if you log on and listen.
Oh, sweet.
So say hi to Dani, Walter.
Hey, Dani, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Walter?
Oh, look at you. That's a cute voice. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm so excited.
That is one sexy voice. Jesus.
Oh, you were laying it on thick tonight, sir.
Easy. I am. I know.
Caesar says easy.
I'm going to go get. I'm going to go get a beer. I'll let you two talk. I'm going to go get a beer.
Caesar said you have to behave.
No, I usually do behave. I'm pretty bad at stuff, so I laid on thick because I don't know any better.
Yeah, I know. I mean, literally, she said, I don't know if I'm going to kiss him or grab his butt. So now, how do you answer to that?
You guys are totally not helping me. You guys are totally ambushing me.
Yeah, big time.
He's over here playing Cupid. That's awesome. Thanks,
that's because we love you. That's why.
I can't even lay it on thick because you guys just totally blocked all my cuteness. You're just like, no, she wants to touch your butt, and I'm like, wait, I barely even know you. Anyways, though, needless to say, if butt touching happens, you can't hold it against me.
No way.
See, now you have a reason to come to the Austin.
I can't hold it against you. I could.
I mean,
will
you
hold
could.
it against you.
Yeah, there you go.
Anatomically, you could. I'm getting out of here because I'm getting red and sweaty. It was nice talking to you.
Likewise, Danny.
All right. Well, you want to stick around for another segment, Walter, or
I hate everybody.
I actually got to run.
Okay.
I got to run. Yeah, I'm actually flying out to Vancouver tomorrow morning, really early. I'm going up there to shoot this ABC pilot. So I got to get mystuff ready. I haven't packed or anything.
Hey.
I'm leaving for about a month. So.
Well, Walter, thank you so much for coming on. When you come to Austin, I look forward to meeting you, and I know Danny is.
Just a little.
But we're going to be on the red carpet doing interviews and stuff for the show, and it's a great pleasure to have you on the show. It really is. It's an honor.
My pleasure to be on here, man. And thanks so much for bringing on everyone and showing us that support. It means the world to us.
Well, I'm excited to see the movie, so I can't wait. The build-up is going to be immense for me. So
yeah, right.
So good deal.
Walter, do you want to say any words to the audience?
Yeah, no. I mean, hey, don't forget to call in and get those golden tickets and come watch the movie. April 24th.
Well, good deal.
Is that what you want me to say?
Can you say whomever buy a golden ticket right now can also get a date with Walter Perez? You get to pick the picture.
Well, you know who's going to win that? Danny. Then he's going to win.
I think he's going to. We're in trouble there.
Yeah, I'm going to hear about this later. I'm pretty sure. All right, Mr. Perez, thank you so much for coming on. It has been an immense pleasure. And anytime you want to come back on the show, let me know.
Awesome.
You're
Sounds
more
great,
welcome.
Man. Thank you so much.
Walter, thank you so very much.
Good night.
I appreciate that. Thank you, brother.
Nice talking to you, man.
Big hug. God bless. And good luck tomorrow. Have a good trip. We'll talk.
For sure.
God bless you, man.
Good deal.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You bet.
See you, Danny.
She's listening in the other room now. She's all embarrassed.
Yeah, you got it all. I don't know what I don't know what
all right, guys. Have a good one.
All right, sir.
Take care.
That was Walter Perez, lead in The Road to Juarez, which is going to be coming up here in April. Make sure you get your golden tickets. Golden tickets are available right now through this show. And how you get them is really easy. What you do is you tweet me, which is easy. Everybody's on Twitter. Everybody's tweeting and twitting. But tweet me at Mike Allen, OTA, hashtag it Armed Radio, and you will be in the running to win a golden ticket, to attend the premiere of The Road to Juarez, and an opportunity not only to walk the red carpet, be invited to the VIP party afterwards, maybe even a walk-on role in a future Mark Productions Enterprises movie, but you might even win a date with our own Dani Blaze. Tickets are brought to you by Old Town Insurance. That's Brian Cogbill. Reach him at 1-877-653-8696. We have 30 tickets. And once they're gone, folks, they're gone. Tweet me. And if you're listening to this as a rebroadcast, don't worry about it, man. Just email me, MikeAllenSports@gmail.com. If I get your email, you will be in the running to get a golden ticket. So there's two ways to win. All right, when we come back, we have a little downtime here. We're going to be talking to Caesar Ramirez, maybe get Danny back in here. Danger Davis is over here. Now we got everything going on. Stick around for the second hour as we talk to Heather Bumpous. We have some exciting news. We went and visited the Taylor Sanitarium today. We'll talk about that. And then the last hour, our own Dani Blaze and Mad Mike get in bed with them as they talk about relationships with coworkers. So that should be a good conversation. All right, we'll be right back after these messages. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Armed Radio Global Network, and you're on the air.
Who's the Candy Man? Why, Brian Smiley, of course. Brian Smiley Candy Company. There you'll find aisles and aisles of every candy imaginable. Brian Smiley Candy Company is located at 35 Industrial Parkway in Woburn, Massachusetts. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30 p.m. or call them at 781-935-1660. Brian Smiley is the Candy Man.
Hi, now I know you hear Joe Rocks on their weekly restaurant reviews on Night Talk, 10 p.m. Eastern. And boy, these two like to eat. Right, boys? Well, here's something to review right from your house. Eat24. That's right, Eat24.com. With over 25,000 restaurants for you to choose from when you're hungry. Many in your area. So review that, boys. Eat24.com. Click, order, and eat. Eat24.com.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
Attention World of Tank gamers. Armed and its affiliated divisions are recruiting entire clans and tankers. Armed, the largest and most progressive gaming community on the World of Tanks gaming platform. Now on 3 servers. To join, visit www.armedtanks.net or #NeedAToaster. Toast that, bitches.
Ever have a computer issue that you can't figure out? Is your computer running slow, locking up, or giving you the blue screen of death? Now you have a store that not only can diagnose your rig, but if needed, upgrade that tired old workhorse. Centex Computers in Hutto is equipped not only to fix your computer, but give you an honest analysis of what needs to be fixed. Let's face it, your home computer is not only convenient, it's essential for your home or your office to stay in touch in this new virtual world. Now you have a place to take your computer for honest and reliable service. Visit www.centexcomputers.com for locations and times. Centex Computers Hutto is the official computer experts for On the Air with Mike Allen.
Cell 2G 2000 watts. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Dani Blaze from On the Air with Mike Allen. Get into bed with Mad Mike and I for the latest info on sex, relationship, and whatever else turns us on. The fun starts in the third hour around 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. So tune in to On the Air with Mike Allen at 9 p.m. Central, then hop into bed with us at 11 right here on Armed Radio Global.
Is your wife wicked hot? Or is she just cold? Do you just want to take a hot shower? Call Savino Mechanical for all your heating, hot water, and cooling needs. Savino Mechanical has been servicing Greater Boston and Southern New Hampshire for over a quarter century. Quality 24-hour service, reasonable rates, satisfaction guaranteed, licensed and insured. And remember, at Savino Mechanical, we are not comfortable until you are. Call Savino Mechanical today at 1-855-624-4280. That's 1-855-624-4280. Savino Mechanical.
All right, welcome back to the show. We've got a whole man cave full of characters. This is kind of awesome. Joining us, getting ready for her second hour here. She's moved up in the world. Now she's in the second hour. We had some fun today out there at the Taylor Sanitarium. And we're going to talk about what we found out there. Plus, Mad Mike with his Crawfish Open in Llano, Texas shirt. Not wearing your short shorts, though, are you? Danger Davis, of course, has been sitting here silent most of the time. Danny, who we might have hooked up with a movie star. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. and my
guys, thanks for that.
You're not even turned on.
crazy.
Or am I?
And then, of course, myself. We got this persistent caller. We're going to find out who this caller is right now. Because this might be your guy.
It might be.
It might be. All right, welcome to the show. Please, what's your name and where you're calling from?
Hi there, this is David Ponce de Leon, director and writer of Road to Juarez.
Oh, David, you were calling right as we were heading into the commercial, so I apologize. So that's why I kept dumping your call, because I hope he calls back after the commercials. Well, great. Well, we just had Walter on, man, and that was awesome.
Yeah, I saw that Walter might have gotten lucky tonight.
Yeah,
is this going to be like the talking,
yeah, this will be the talking
shame
point
of the show? Just
Absolutely.
Like Dani Blaze trying to hook up with Walter Perez. I just want to touch his butt, and you guys totally blew it out of proportion.
Well, it certainly was kind of the moment that made me, really, really pay attention.
So Dani Blaze touching other guys' butts brings you to attention.
Does me. Anybody else? Davis, Patrick, Mike?
According to
Alex?
the man cave, it brings everybody else to attention, too.
Heather? No.
Heather didn't. She just wanted me to rub her feet.
It's okay for you to touch. Just, don't go in my butt. You're kind of weird, dude. Just that
was
Walter's
Mad Mike.
a great guy.
Yeah, he
I
is.
vouch for him 0%.
Just my kind of guy.
Oh, my goodness. On the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline, director of the Road to Juarez, David Ponce de Leon. You were on last week, actually, and of course Caesar's out in the other room. So, because or we'd have him on here. Maybe somebody go tell him that his director's on. You might want to. Oh, you did? Okay. He's out talking to my videographer, actually. But, well, good deal. Well, we're gearing up for this thing. We've been talking about the red carpet, and myself and Dani Blaze will be working the red carpet for the event and handing out golden tickets.
Thank you so much for having us. I'm looking forward to checking out Austin, because I've never been, but I've been hearing a lot of great things, and I can't wait to check out the beautiful city of Austin.
Austin is fantastic, and if you like to eat, there's too many places in Austin. You'll never hit all of them, but I used to be actually an Austin police officer, so I know all the great places to eat. So if you need any suggestions, I've got a list. I've got my top 10.
So you know where all the best donut shops are, right?
Oh my God, yes.
And you won't get arrested.
And well, you have to hold up the stereotype. You can't be a cop and not eat donuts. I mean, we
right.
actually take a class on it in the academy.
The donuts are great.
Glazed versus powdered. Custard filled, sugared, chocolate, croissants. Croissants is kind of a halfway between a donut and a piece of bread.
Right.
So you got
Absolutely.
Actually, my partner and I was a motorcycle police officer for a while, and my partner and I went into a gas station and then walked in, and this kid was buying donuts from the Krispy Kreme donut display, and I yelled at him. I said, "Hey, get away from my food!" And I was just kidding around, and I thought he'd take it as a joke. He was probably about 8 or 9 years old. He started crying.
Oh no!
So my partner's like, "Way to go, Ace." So
community service at its best.
I know. So I went over and I calmed him down. I said, "Look, I'll buy whatever donuts you're going to buy." He goes, "You're going to buy the donuts that I was going to buy?" I said, "Yeah." That little son of a gun cleaned out the entire. I mean, I bought like $40 worth of donuts. He's walking out with 2 bags full of donuts.
So, David, if you want a donut, all you need to do is cry in front of Mike Allen.
That's right. Now I'll get you a donut.
Nice.
Well, as things are winding down to the big premiere here, what kind of things you guys got going on? Do you have going on? I mean, we're out here doing the golden tickets in Austin,
right? Yeah, I mean, this is definitely an exciting time for us all. We're all sort of gearing up, dealing with the people in marketing, and trying to make sure that we have as much outreach as possible. Obviously we're only going to be opening up in a limited theater release, maybe a dozen or two rather than 1,500 theaters. So when you're doing a film of our size, you really have to sort of make sure that all your bullets land. Because you don't have that much ammunition to shoot out. So we're just really sort of trying to hone the cities and making sure that we can really get it out there in the most intelligent way.
Well, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to have the cast members come on the show and you come on the show. This is kind of new for me. I've never had anybody involved in a movie of this caliber come on my show, so this is kind of cool. And to have Caesar in studio almost every week now. I think he comes for the beer, really.
Absolutely. No, I come with the beer.
I think he's trying to move in. I think he wants to live here.
No words to that comment. Go to see Road to Juarez, April 24th. We will have some beer.
That was very cheap publicity, by the way. That was very cheap. You went the cheap route.
Yeah, I'm moving in.
That's it. Yeah. Well, I got a big house, 2 dogs, parties.
Yeah, a Dani Blaze.
A Dani Blaze
that touches butts.
2.5 dogs.
Random Jew.
Patrick.
Very random. I don't know that very Jew, but very random.
Well, good deal. Talking to David Ponce de Leon from the director of Road to Juarez on the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline. We just had Walter Perez on earlier.
Yeah, tell us about Walter Perez, your experience on his work, and what was your take on Mr. Perez?
Walter is a really talented actor. There's no way, he's got sort of a sensibility to him that is kind of like a little boy. He's kind of like that little puppy that kind of pees on the floor, and you can't get mad at him, because he's just this kind of mischievous spirit, but he has, at the same time, he's really got the chops that he needs to go far in this game. And when I wrote this script, we were really looking for a lead character who could come off as kind of a Latin Jew. And because that's kind of what the character was. So we were seeing a lot of actors. We saw pretty much every Latin in town, I would have to say. And Walter, just when he walked in the room, he was like, "Wow, this kid could totally be what we were, looking for." And then my first thought was, is he going to be able to pull it off? And then once he just read for us, he blew us away. He just looked, sounded, and felt like the character. And then once I teamed him up with Charlie, it was just magic, because the two just totally vibed and just had this amazing chemistry that was really cool to watch, because he just, Walter gets it. He knows that he has to give it 100%. And, there were certainly moments that were challenging on this film, because we were not able to give him a Winnebago for himself with a jacuzzi or anything. So we had to definitely make a lot of concessions to make the whole thing work. But Walter really kind of went kind of along with the vibe, and I think that energy that he was talking about with the crew, since everybody had bought into the script and to what it is that we were doing, that kind of energy sort of permeated throughout the whole cast and crew, because we all, were willing to take a lot of concessions to make something beautiful, which I think that we were able to do.
Very cool. Well, the trailer's amazing, and
Thank you.
Just from the involvement that we've had, we're spending a lot of time with Caesar, promoting the golden tickets and getting them sold, and getting some folks to be able to enjoy the show in a way that normally people don't have the opportunity to enjoy it as a VIP, and meeting
right.
you and sitting with you and the other cast members, and after party, maybe even a walk-on role on a future movie. So, but I can't wait to see the movie myself now. I'll be there as a fan. I'll be working, but I'll be there as a fan too, because this is
right on, man. I can't wait for people to see this new version, because we the process in making the film was definitely non-orthodox. We went through so many different versions. We had a couple of cast and crew screenings, and then when we felt like we were missing certain opportunities, we actually, and I actually took a lot of heat for this, went back to the drawing board, gutted the film, hired Luis and Paulo Carballar, who cut Love's a Bitch or Amores Perros, which was Alejandro Inarritu's first film. They came on, just cut the hell out of everything, reshuffled it, made it a whole different movie. And what was really interesting was to see that was kind of what I had in mind at the beginning, because that was one of the films that definitely inspired me to write the script, was Amores Perros. So when these guys came on, it just blew us all away, because they just came out with a whole different approach, and they were looking at the film, sort of through a different lens that just really, really worked. So, as you guys are excited, I am. No one is as excited as me to see this thing on the big screen, April 24th, and to know that, people in different in different states, can see it, and and that we can, that we're fortunate enough to be able to take the audience on this magical ride, which is really what it was for us.
Well, we're talking to David Ponce de Leon, the director of Road to Juarez, on the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline. And when you get to Austin, sir, you give me and Caesar a call, and we will. I've got at least 5 restaurants rolling around in my head right now that we can go, and we'll get you fed, because they're good. I'm thinking.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So good deal. Well, thank you for calling in, and we'll be covering this probably from now until April on this show. So feel free to call in every week if you want.
Thank you so much, man. Okay, you guys have a wonderful night.
All right.
Thank you, David.
Okay, God bless. Bye-bye.
That's David Ponce de Leon, the director of Road to Juarez, and we're going to take a break. Remember, your opportunity to win golden tickets. Don't miss out. Tweet me tonight. I've got the tweet deck open. You got to hashtag it Armed Radio. If you don't hashtag it Armed Radio, I'm not going to see it. If I don't see it, you don't have a chance to win. If you're listening to the rebroadcast, and a lot of people are, all you have to do is email me at mikeallensports@gmail.com. I get your email. You'll be in the running. Once you get that golden ticket, what that buys you is an opportunity to be selected to walk the red carpet, sit in the VIP areas during the show, go to an after party with the actors and actresses, maybe even win a date with Dani Blaze, and a walk-on role in a future movie, which is really cool.
Also, a autograph Blu-ray or DVD.
An autographed Blu-ray or DVD of the movie. So, let's hear from you. Time's running out. We got 30 tickets available. They're limited, so when you get them, they're gone. Some of the tickets were donated by Old Town Insurance. Go see Brian Cogbill. Call him at 1-877-653-8696 and thank him for helping us out. We'll be right back with our paranormal expert, Heather Bumpous. We went to the Taylor Sanitarium today, and we found some stuff. We'll be back after these messages. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Armed Radio Global Network, and you're on the air.
Savino Wine Preservation System is wine preservation glassware. Savino is an easy-to-use wine preservation system that allows you to enjoy your favorite wines anytime without waiting for an occasion. Open any bottle with confidence, knowing that you can enjoy the full original flavor of Tuesday's wine on Saturday. For more information, visit us at www.savinowine.com. Today's wine, tomorrow. Hi, now I know you hear Joe Rocks on their weekly restaurant reviews on Night Talk, 10 p.m. Eastern, and boy, these two like to eat, right boys? Well, here's something to review right from your house. Eat24. That's right, Eat24.com, with over 25,000 restaurants for you to choose from when you're hungry, many in your area. So review that, boys. Eat24.com. Click, order, and eat. Eat24.com.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand-new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
Coming this spring, Mark Production Enterprises presents.
I need to get something going on.
Perro tells me many good things about you guys, so I will get right to the point. My brother-in-law was recently arrested. The day they took him in, he had a large shipment of skins coming in through Morelos near Mexico City. Find the shipment, deliver it to our contact, collect your money, and retire.
This place is nuts.
Believe me, you got no idea.
Walter Perez.
Se verá mucho más bonita en persona que en sus fotos. Don't you ever get lonely?
Sometimes, but I have my family.
And starring Charlie Coons and Adal Ramones.
Asegúrate que todo esté listo.
And award-winning actor William Forsythe.
They're gone.
You need to deliver everything to Juarez.
They want the entire shipment found and delivered to them in 72 hours, or they will kill them both.
We'll get him back. One way or the other, this will work out.
Star in The Road to Juarez. World premiere August 22nd in Los Angeles, California and Austin, Texas.
This is over. They're gonna get all their money lock, stock, and barrel. You want to throw down with me?
Stay tuned to Arm Radio Global for your opportunity to win a golden ticket and a chance to experience the premiere as a VIP. For your chance to win, listen to On the Air with Mike Allen every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio Global.
Cell, 2G, 2,000 watts. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Dani Blaze from On the Air with Mike Allen. Get into bed with Mad Mike and I for the latest info on sex, relationship, and whatever else turns us on. The fun starts in the third hour around 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. So tune in to On the Air with Mike Allen at 9 p.m. Central, then hop into bed with us at 11 right here on Armed Radio Global.
Armed Radio Global presents its new 2015 Talk at Night lineup.
Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Spot On with Lino and Tom.
Straight Talk with Matt Hazley. Mondays and Fridays, 10 p.m. Eastern.
On Tuesdays, Talk Time with Val, 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by High Five at 10 p.m. Eastern with Johnny and Mikey.
Wednesdays on the air with Mike Allen, 10 p.m. EST, and Thursdays Night Talk with Joe Rocks, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Join the talk now on Ustream TV. Replays on Spreaker. Exclusively on Armed Radio Global.
Hi, welcome back to the show. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by E24.com. We went a little long in the last segment, but it doesn't really matter because we had some heavy hitters on this show, and man, that's awesome. The director, David Ponce de Leon, and we had Walter Perez. We got Caesar Ramirez here. Go see Road to Juarez. You heard the commercial. Get a golden ticket. You can either buy one for $13 or tweet me at Mike Allen, OTA, hashtag at Armed Radio, or at Armed Radio 1, hashtag at Armed Radio, or email me at MikeAllenSports@gmail.com for your chance to win a golden ticket and a chance to date Miss Dani Blaze. But right now, we got the OTA paranormal expert who is in heaven. She's got a grin on her face a mile wide. And why don't you tell her why we have a grin on her face mile wide there, Heather?
What was that again? Why don't you tell her
why don't you tell the audience?
Oh, because we got to do our walkthrough. At
Of where?
I was getting there. At the Taylor Sanitarium today. Awesome. We did try to get a little bit of recording and video, and we did get some pictures. There was nothing on the recordings yet. And I say yet because...
I didn't see anything on the video camera that I set up either, so...
But we do have some pictures that we'll post on our page that we caught a few things. And... drum roll! Sunday, we will do our full investigation in there.
At night.
At night. Very exciting.
Very nice.
Now, we did have an incident when we were there today. Me and Dani were upstairs, and we were walking around and checking out the rooms, and she got a really, really odd feeling in one of the rooms. And I knew that something was wrong. And she was a little freaked out about it. And she said it took her a couple hours to get over it. But you want to tell them your experience?
All right, so there was actually 2 rooms that I had different feelings in. The first one was probably one of the first rooms you and me went into when we were on the second floor. And all of a sudden my heart was pounding and I couldn't figure out why. It's not like I was exercising because Lord knows I don't exercise. I'm sorry, but I don't. I'm just naturally thin. Hate me for it if you want. But all of a sudden I got this feeling in my heart. I couldn't get my heart under control. I felt like I was having heart palpitations, in all honesty. And then after me and Heather went into the operating room, I actually went into a different room without her, and I just got that gut feeling that something bad either has happened or is about to happen. You know, whenever you get that anxious feeling that something bad's about to happen, I couldn't shake that feeling. We went to eat after. I went to a meeting with Caesar after. I couldn't shake that feeling for quite some time. I don't know what happened. Some of the pictures we got were kind of weird, but I just couldn't shake that feeling. I just had that gut feeling that something happened or something didn't happen.
So, I told her that Sunday, we'll bless her before she goes in. Only her. We'll just
say
bless
the
her.
rosary?
Yeah.
We are now taking donations for free holy water.
In the form of, when we mean holy water, we mean holy water that's been mixed with fruit and then fermented and placed into a bottle with a cork.
And or vodka.
We will use the gypsy tears.
It was very exciting today. And, my assistant was late. My assistant.
Again.
In my defense, when we spoke on the phone, you asked what day I was off. I said I'm off Thursday morning. So you said be there at 7. So I'm just gonna say miscommunication out there. But hey, I brought beverages for you guys. But yeah, I didn't get to go upstairs.
You brought me a cream soda,
and you got
asked for a root beer.
Same company, but no, I didn't get to go up. I didn't get to go upstairs, but it looked creepy as hell.
Yeah, the operating room is upstairs.
Yeah,
so the operating room is weird.
Yeah, and
we got to set something up in there tomorrow.
Yeah, and what's really cool is in the operating. That might be our friend
William Tambone.
Yes.
All right, welcome on the air, on the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline, Mr. William Tambone.
From Australia
Paranormal. Have you been listening in?
Yes. How you doing, buddy?
How are you doing?
Hi, Bill. How are you?
How are you, Heather? That's Heather, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. I know me and Bill have been exchanging messages through Facebook for a while that I asked him if he would please call into the show. They actually have a paranormal society out in Australia that they do investigations, and I wanted to get him on here and let him talk about a few of maybe his investigations that he thought were really eerie or any experiences they've had and, how they feel about doing their investigations.
Well, have you been listening at all, William?
I haven't actually, matey. It's about 3:15 in the afternoon here, mate. I just rushed home from work actually, my day job to get on here for us.
Well, we have here in Texas, in one of the towns adjacent to where we live, we have a hospital that's been abandoned since 1968, and it's just been sitting there vacant. So I got in touch with the owner, and we actually went in it today. and did a preliminary walkthrough, and we're going to do an investigation Sunday. And we caught some things on film on our cameras, but we didn't catch anything on our recording devices. But we're going to go back at night, hopefully when things are a little more active.
That sounds awesome. I was actually in San Antonio about, I think it was September last year.
Oh wow! So you were pretty close to us.
Yeah. I actually came over and I did some work with Brad Clinge.
Oh, okay, yeah. So how long have you been doing this?
A bit over 20 years.
20. Wow.
Yeah, my wife and I have been investigating all sorts of unexplained phenomenon for probably a bit over 2 decades. We run the Australian Paranormal Society, as you know, and we look at all sorts of phenomenon from hauntings to UFO to cryptozoology and anything that sort of comes our way.
Well, that's awesome. Now, do you guys just strictly stay in Australia most of the time, or do you travel all over?
Most of the time it's Australia, but we do consult for a lot of groups throughout the world in Europe, Asia, United States, etc. So we have quite a big network that we work with, and I've got some of my best friends that I would call my best friends, family in the States there. Awesome people.
Well, that's awesome. That it really is. Now, Bill, what do you think like your best investigation has been as far as a lot of paranormal activity and anything happen?
For sure. We have had obviously over 20 years we've had a lot of cases. Mm-hmm. A lot of really interesting cases. I mean, we've dealt from everything from simple souls being stuck, they're needing help, to some really dark cases where, for example, we had one case where a lady was actually being sexually assaulted by things that were unseen. We had to go through. That took us 8 months to actually sort that case out. But we have video footage of objects being moved, a lot of audio with a lot of profanities on it, telling us that we shouldn't be there and it's none of our business, and calling us all sorts of wonderful names. They had a colourful vocabulary.
Wow.
But we investigate quite often in old lunatic asylums around Victoria and jails and such. And the last time, which was only a couple of months ago, we were in an asylum. We were actually dealing with a case of a doppelganger. Where
that's very rare.
Very bad. Yeah, it is rare. We were dealing with what I believe to be the worst part of the asylum. My wife and I were in a different part of this building, and one of my team members was outside, and he was being called by what was looking like myself and my wife into this building. And he's an experienced investigator, so he knew where we were, and we basically went in there and investigated that. So yeah, once we got in there, it was quite nasty. There was a lot.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, like yeah.
A lot of,
those are very,
EVPs.
very rare.
We got quite a few EVPs in there, so it was good.
Huh. And the doppelganger.
So you're breaking up a little bit there.
I tell you what, we're going to break for commercial.
Yeah.
I'm going to recontact you after the commercial, and we're going to turn the video off because it's taking a lot of bandwidth.
All right, mate. No worries. Cool.
And we'll just do the audio because we're radio anyway. And now, nice beard, however.
Oh, is that a picture of him?
Yeah, because we're rocking the beard, man. I got a beard like yours. And I like all that platinum blonde. I like that platinum blonde you got in there too.
That's great. That's great for my kids.
Yeah, that's where mine comes from too. So I'm going to disconnect, and what I'll do is I'll call you back on Skype and just disable your video. That way, the bandwidth you won't chop up so much. All right, cool beans.
No worries, buddy. Cheers.
All right. We're talking to William Tambone from Australia, and we're going to reconnect with him after the break on the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline. Right now, though, we're going to take a break because we got to pay bills and do all that fun stuff. When we come back, more with Heather Bumpous and William Tambone from Bumpous.
Bumpous?
I don't know what I'm doing here, man. I got 2 beers in me. I mean, we're starting to get cranked up here. Looking forward to Mad Mike and Dani Blaze. When you get in bed with them, they're going to talk about sexual relationships with people that you work with and the ins and outs of relationships. All right, we'll be right back after these messages. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by E24 and Centex Computers. Centex Computers not only fixes computers, builds computers, refurbishes computers, it also fixes iPhones and iPads. You know, those $600 devices that you buy your kids made out of glass that somehow they can't keep a hold of and they drop and use as a hockey puck. Anyway, they'll fix them for you. Time's running out to get your golden ticket. Don't forget, April 24th, that's when the world premiere of The Road to Juarez. We've had the director on. We've had some actors on. We got the producer in studio. We're serious about this. We got 30 golden tickets to give away. Tweet me at Mike Allen OTA. It's _OTA. Hashtag it Armed Radio. If I see your tweet, you'll be put in the running to get a free ticket. And we're going to mention you live on the air as the winner. So give me a tweet. Just say something. Say golden ticket at Mike Allen OTA and hashtag it Armed Radio. All right, we'll be right back after these messages. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Armed Radio Global Network. And here on the air.
Attention, World of Tank gamers. Armed and its affiliated divisions are recruiting entire clans and tankers. Armed, the largest and most progressive gaming community on the World of Tanks gaming platform. Now on 3 servers. To join, visit www.armedtanks.net or hashtag need a toaster. Toast that, bitches.
Ever have a computer issue that you can't figure out? Is your computer running slow, locking up, or giving you the blue screen of death? Now you have a store that not only can diagnose your rig, but if needed, upgrade that tired old workhorse. Centex Computers in Hutto is equipped not only to fix your computer, but give you an honest analysis of what needs to be fixed. Let's face it, your home computer is not only convenient, it's essential for your home or your office to stay in touch in this new virtual world. Now you have a place to take your computer for honest and reliable service. Visit www.centexcomputers.com for locations and times. Centex Computers Hutto is the official computer experts for On the Air with Mike Allen.
Is your wife wicked hot? Or is she just cold? Do you just want to take a hot shower? Call Savino Mechanical for all your heating, hot water, and cooling needs. Savino Mechanical has been servicing Greater Boston and Southern New Hampshire for over a quarter century. Quality 24-hour service, reasonable rates, satisfaction guaranteed, licensed and insured. And remember, at Savino Mechanical, we are not comfortable until you are. Call Savino Mechanical today at 1-855-624-4280. That's 1-855-624-4280. Savino Mechanical.
Savino Wine Preservation System is wine preservation glassware. Savino is an easy-to-use wine preservation system that allows you to enjoy your favorite wines anytime without waiting for an occasion. Open any bottle with confidence, knowing that you can enjoy the full original flavor of Tuesday's wine on Saturday. For more information, visit us at www.savinowine.com. Today's wine, tomorrow. Hi, now I know you hear Joe Rocks on their weekly restaurant reviews on Night Talk, 10 p.m. Eastern, and boy, these two like to eat, right boys? Well, here's something to review right from your house. Eat24. That's right, Eat24.com, with over 25,000 restaurants for you to choose from when you're hungry, many in your area. So review that, boys. Eat24.com. Click, order, and eat. Eat24.com.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand-new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
Coming this spring, Mark Production Enterprises presents.
I need to get something going on.
Perro tells me many good things about you guys, so I will get right to the point. My brother-in-law was recently arrested. The day they took him in, he had a large shipment of skins coming in through Morelos near Mexico City. Find the shipment, deliver it to our contact, collect your money, and retire.
This place is nuts.
Believe me, you got no idea.
Walter Perez.
Se verá mucho más bonita en persona que en sus fotos. Don't you ever get lonely?
Sometimes, but I have my family.
And starring Charlie Coons and Adal Ramones.
Asegúrate que todo esté listo.
And award-winning actor William Forsythe.
They're gone.
You need to deliver everything to Juarez.
They want the entire shipment found and delivered to them in 72 hours, so they will kill them both.
We'll get him back. One way or the other, this will work out.
Star in The Road to Juarez. World premiere August 22nd in Los Angeles, California, and Austin, Texas.
This is over. They're gonna get all their money lock, stock, and barrel. You want to throw down with me?
Stay tuned to Arm Radio Global for your opportunity to win a golden ticket and a chance to experience the premiere as a VIP. For your chance to win, listen to On the Air with Mike Allen every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio Global. All right, welcome back to the show. It is time to get freaky with the ghosts. As our own on-the-air paranormal expert, Heather Bumpous.
Thank you.
Bumpous. I had to say it like Joe would say it up in Boston. Bumpous. The cat in the head. Anyway, we're going to try to reconnect with Mr. William Tambone. From Australia, and this time we're gonna not have his video running, so it doesn't get all chopped up.
Well, I mean, he is in Australia also.
Yeah, he's in Australia. There you go, William. Can you hear us?
There you go, mate.
All right, now this is gonna be a little better because the video is not gonna be sucking up all the bandwidth. Because I'm the only one that could see you, and I was just infatuated by your beard, so it's throwing me off. All right, so we got into this place, and it's an old hospital. It's been sitting vacant since the 60s, so it's been vacant for like 50 years. I got in connection with the owner, who's found out his grandfather actually built it. Was the architect who built the hospital? Yeah. So, and this guy's in his early 70s, so. We have got an opportunity. We're going to go out there Sunday. Can you give us now? Heather knows more about this than I do, and Heather knows a lot.
Yeah.
But you've got 20 years on us.
Yeah. He's got a lot on me.
so we may know about what we're doing, but you are somebody that knows what you're doing. So we're going into this blind. We don't have a whole lot of backstory. We did find the operating room. It does not have it does not have a morgue.
All right.
But it does have a basement that we couldn't get into. What suggestions do you give us for the best results?
Look, the thing is, people will go rushing with bundles and cases and all sorts of equipment. You're dealing with I assume it's a fairly big location. Would that be correct?
Yeah, it's about, I'd say, 8,000 square feet 2 stories.
So fair enough.
Yeah, it's a pretty good-sized building.
So,
yeah.
I'd probably, I mean, if you, it depends on what equipment you've got, but I'd probably go a lot of handheld equipment. Take some tripods, maybe pop a couple of cameras up while you guys might do some EVP work, so that your area is always being filmed. And that way, while you're talking to them, trying to maybe do some EVP work with some recorders, you sometimes find some activity around you. I find that quite a bit. If you've got your static cameras set up anyway, that's covering where you want things to be filmed constantly. But by taking the camera on the tripod, it's also giving you a steady camera where you are all the time. All right, so that's always recording what you're doing anyway, and it gives you a second audio as well from the video, rather than just the actual audio itself. So if you get something on there, you might catch it on the camera as well. So you have what they call it, corroborating evidence, basically. Mm-hmm. Also, the other thing I always tell people is, don't be too eager to, start asking questions. Sit down and listen as well. Just take your time. Sit there and listen. It sounds funny, but listen to the environment. Listen to what's going on there. I found myself in hospitals and old hospitals, and I'll sit down in a room or a hallway or somewhere quiet, and sometimes you can hear an echo from the past. I call them. You might hear a voice, you might hear walking, you might hear something, a trolley being rolled or something along those lines. So, I always have audio running anyway. So even when I'm not conducting the EVP session, I will have audio running or video running so that it's being captured. But yeah, take your time, enjoy yourself there, and listen. That's my big thing for those sort of places.
We're talking to William Tabone, who is on the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline out of the Australian Paranormal Society.
Yes.
A.K.A. Billy Ten Bears. I actually sent you a friend request, William. We've got. I don't know if you've liked Heather's page, the OTA Paranormal. Did he?
I believe we're on there, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, go to it's OTA for On the Air Paranormal page. Let's network, and of course we'll share everything that we find with you, because you might have different insight on what we found.
Sure, Mike.
I want to tap into your experience. And Heather, this is Heather's baby. I'm just kind of I'm tagging along as an
Heather's awesome.
As an ex-police officer. I have encountered 3 things. I encountered a full apparition in an old courthouse in Georgetown, which was awesome.
Yep.
I encountered apparitions in the Texas State Cemetery. Not only did we, because it was in my area, my district, when I patrolled, we would get calls of people walking around in the cemetery from civilians that would call 911. And we'd show up, and of course you'd see shadows, and they were talking about there's soldiers walking around in the cemetery, and these were normal people. These weren't like senile old people or anything. These are just people that why are there people walking around in the cemetery at 1:00 in the morning? And then I actually had a case where I went to a disturbance, and it was an older lady who was. And I don't know what, I think I asked Heather what it was before, and I forgot. I got hit with protoplasm.
Okay.
And it was the consistency of, it felt like a squirt gun, and it had the consistency of like water.
Like an ectoplasm?
An ectoplasm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry, ectoplasm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. And that's interesting, because that's pretty rare.
Oh, man, it was awesome.
That's really
interesting. It was awesome. It freaked my partner out, but see, I'm the kind of guy where I really like this stuff. I'm not, I don't buy into the movies where they're going to rip your head off and they're scary ghosts. It's, most of the time they're not. They're just.
Look, exactly. We always say that, when someone passes, it depends on what they were like in life. If they're going to be still in this plane for some reason, that's how they, will be on the other side. They don't automatically change from a sinner to a saint, as the word might be, or from a sinner to an angel. You people's personalities when they leave the body, I believe, stay the same, and some change gradually, others just don't want to. So you get some really nice people, and you get some what we call, buggers.
Yeah,
buggers.
Yeah.
Not so very nice.
Here in Texas, we call them assholes.
Well, assholes. I didn't know whether I could use those words.
Oh yes, you can.
Oh, yeah, we don't get. I mean, we don't get out of hand, but asshole is perfectly fine.
We do get out of hand. Don't lie to him.
most of us on this cast are assholes anyway in real life. So.
I'll fix it. Man.
Very cool.
I had to blast in Texas when I was there, and I was able to get to Gettysburg and out to Alcatraz, and you guys, your country there is just amazing. I absolutely love it. I'm looking forward to going back shortly, hopefully.
Well, I'm looking forward to coming to Australia. So
I'm going with you, Heather.
You guys are always welcome here. Always welcome,
too.
and the APS will always look after you.
Oh, good deal.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. We
sure.
just
sure.
might have to have an OTA road trip.
Yeah.
I mean, this show can be broadcast literally anywhere the internet. If you have internet connection, we can broadcast from anywhere. So that'd be something to look forward to.
We got APS headquarters here. You can jump in and take over. It's all good.
Love that. Love that.
Well, good deal. We're talking to William Tabone of the Australian Paranormal Society on the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline. Outside of the advice that you already gave us, I mean, when we find something, what's the biggest challenge you have? Because obviously, if you're looking for paranormal stuff, if you're looking for ghosts, you have to have, as somebody that goes in and looks for that stuff, you have to have a certain level of belief.
For sure. I agree.
How can you? What kind of challenges have you run into with what you got from your investigation, saying, "Look, it's real," and people just kind of like, "Ah, come on, that was a mouse."
Yeah, we well, yeah, exactly. I actually got a DVR set up, and a rat actually walked past it. First off, all you see is hair, and it looked absolutely awesome, and then you see this rat sort of walking around. But look, what we do is if we find something, we always do the old, and I think anyone that's sort of been around a reasonable amount of time will try to debunk it first. We'll try to work out what it could be other than paranormal. So, if we find a good photo, we'll try to work out to recreate it, or something along those lines. If we find an EVP, okay, what else could it be? Once we eliminate all that, and we can't find a rational explanation, then we're sort of looking at something interesting. But you know what? In this field, there will always be people. There will be people that it doesn't matter how good you put something up, they will always think it was either fake. And there's also other people that they will always believe. It doesn't matter what it is. So there's people that will never believe, doesn't matter how much you show them, and there's people that will don't need any proof, they believe anyway. Does that make sense?
Yes, I agree. Actually, my assistant Danger Davis, he was a skeptic when we went on an investigation on Halloween night, and we actually picked up an EVP, and I think that kind of changed his mind a little bit.
And that was very cool.
Yeah, it definitely did. When we were walking around, I'm not gonna lie, in the back of my mind, we're just walking around, and I'm just like, this is dumb. I feel stupid. I was just like, we're not gonna catch anything. And then they when I came back on for the show the next Wednesday, Mark was like, you gotta listen to this. You gotta listen to this. And then I was heard the EVP, and I was flabbergasted. It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
It changes your view, doesn't it? We've had some really good ones, and when people hear that, they really have not heard that sort of thing before, and their jaw just drops, and you just see their eyes open wide, and they just most of the time they're lost for words.
the EVPs are the biggest ones to me, because you can't fake that, and there's nobody, especially at our level. I mean, I've got all this recording equipment, and I can't even do anything like that. Put something in a recording.
We're too lazy to try.
We're just too damn lazy. That's what the problem is. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, the people that are in it for because they love what they do, they're not going to fake. They're not going to fake stuff because it's just not worth it for your own integrity. It's fake.
Yeah.
I've been on investigations, and I've walked away with nothing. And I'm fine with that. That's what we do. There's to fake something is just to me brings not only the person down, but it brings the whole what would you call it, industry down. The people involved, the good people and the bad people. So
plus you put that seed of doubt in somebody. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're right. You put in the time and effort. It's you do get things. But it does take time. It's not going to happen straight away a lot of the time. You know what I mean? It's you have to be out there. Yeah.
Absolutely. We're talking to William Tabone on the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline. We got to take a break, William. I'm going to keep you on the air, but all you have to do at your end is mute your microphone because we're all on the same channel with the commercials, and you can hear our commercials. And once you hear them come out of commercials, we'll have you back on. Can you hang around for another segment?
Yeah, no worries, buddy. Cool.
All right, good deal. Awesome. Talking to William Tabone of the Australian Paranormal. Oops. It's just going crazy. See, look what the hell's going on here. See, I'm not clicking on the right thing. It's not a ghost. It's called me with too many beers in me. That's what it's called.
Cut back on the beers.
Jeez, oh Pete, now cut your microphone off. So how about that? Yeah, see, nothing. See, nothing. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by E24.com. Put your app on your phone. It's free. You can get it from the iStore or the Google Play. And when you're somewhere on the road and you're hungry, just go to your E24.com, put in the zip code of where you're at. They'll find a restaurant to bring food right to you. It's like having a food truck in your pants. I can't even talk anymore. What the hell's going on here? Also, Centex Computers, they are responsible for this blazingly fast flamethrower sitting next to me in the studio in the Armed Radio Global Man Cave in Texas. Go down and see Steve. He'll fix your computers. He'll clean your computers up. He'll fix your iPhones and your iPads since some genius decided to make them out of glass. You think they make them out of the stuff that you buy. Anyway, I'm not going to get on that. We'll be back with more of William Tabone, Heather Bumpous, and we're talking ghosts. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Armed Radio Global Network, and you are on the air.
The Candyman? Why, Brian Smiley, of course. Brian Smiley Candy Company. There you'll find aisles and aisles of every candy imaginable. Brian Smiley Candy Company is located at 35 Industrial Parkway in Woburn, Massachusetts. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30 p.m. or call them at 781-935-1660. Brian Smiley is the Candyman.
Ever have a computer issue that you can't figure out? Is your computer running slow, locking up, or giving you the blue screen of death? Now you have a store that not only can diagnose your rig, but if needed, upgrade that tired old workhorse. Centex Computers in Hutto is equipped not only to fix your computer, but give you an honest analysis of what needs to be fixed. Let's face it, your home computer is not only convenient, it's essential for your home or your office to stay in touch in this new virtual world. Now you have a place to take your computer for honest and reliable service. Visit www.centexcomputers.com for locations and times. Centex Computers Hutto is the official computer experts for On the Air with Mike Allen.
Is your wife wicked hot? Or is she just cold? Do you just want to take a hot shower? Call Savino Mechanical for all your heating, hot water, and cooling needs. Savino Mechanical has been servicing Greater Boston and Southern New Hampshire for over a quarter century. Quality 24-hour service, reasonable rates, satisfaction guaranteed, licensed and insured. And remember, at Savino Mechanical, we are not comfortable until you are. Call Savino Mechanical today at 1-855-624-4280. That's 1-855-624-4280. Savino Mechanical.
Savino Wine Preservation System is wine preservation glassware. Savino is an easy-to-use wine preservation system that allows you to enjoy your favorite wines anytime without waiting for an occasion. Open any bottle with confidence, knowing that you can enjoy the full original flavor of Tuesday's wine on Saturday. For more information, visit us at www.savinowine.com. Today's wine, tomorrow.
Night Talk with Joe Rocks. 10 p.m. Eastern, Thursdays, is now on Ustream TV. Spreaker for replays and live. On Live 365, exclusively on Armed Radio Global.
Cell, 2G, 2000 watts. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Dani Blaze from On the Air with Mike Allen. Get into bed with Mad Mike and I for the latest info on sex, relationship, and whatever else turns us on. The fun starts in the third hour around 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. So tune in to On the Air with Mike Allen at 9 p.m. Central, then hop into bed with us at 11 right here on Armed Radio Global.
All right, welcome back to the show. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by E24.com and Centex Computers of Hutto. Also, don't forget, the Road to Juarez, world premiere, April 24th. You have an opportunity to attend the world premiere with a golden ticket. And you can get that golden ticket by tweeting me at Mike Allen, OTA, hashtag it Armed Radio. If you're listening to this broadcast on the replay, don't worry, you can still win. All you have to do is email me, MikeAllenSports@gmail.com. We'll put your name in a hat. We'll draw for you the ticket. Once you win the ticket, now you're one step closer to having a VIP view of a world premiere. You can walk the red carpet with the actors. You can go in and sit down in the VIP sections. You can go to the after party and have an opportunity to do that. And you can do all this with the sweet Dani Blaze on your arm if you win a date with Dani Blaze. Plus, a walk-on role in the next Mark Production Enterprise movie and a signed and autographed Blu-ray or DVD for you. That's getting a golden ticket. Now, we've got 30 here on the show. They're going fast. They're going to go fast once the word gets out. So don't wait. Get your name in so you can win that golden ticket to the Road to Juarez. Premieres April 24th. Now, joining us on the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline, Mr. William Tabone of the Australian Paranormal Society, and I'm going to turn it back over to Heather. She's been over here chomping on the bit, and I got to learn to shut up. So, Heather, she's our expert. She knows more than anybody in this room about chasing ghosts and doing all that stuff. So, Heather.
Well, see, you can mute my mic. I can't.
Yeah, I did. See, it's still muted. See, now it's not. See, now it is. See, now it is.
Stop it.
See, now it's not. See, now go ahead.
He can mute my mic, but I can't mute his, so I'm kind of screwed in that situation.
It's hilarious.
So you were talking about equipment, and basically what I have is that the only things I take with me is, of course, a camcorder. And then I have my little video recorder, and then I have a temperature gauge and an EMF reader. And I do have the grid pen, but actually today when we went in there, for some reason the thing wouldn't work. So, but that's like the only things that I take with me.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Do you have a voice recorder or
yes,
those sort of things? No?
Yes, I have one.
Yep. Look, I believe if you see in my office here, we've got all sorts of strange and wonderful equipment. But personally, I believe you need a camera and a voice recorder, and yeah, go for it. You know, that's what I personally. If it was just me, that's what I would have. Mm-hmm. You don't need a million things. Right. And it depends on what you're in it for too. I always say to people, I have people always coming to me wanting to get into the paranormal, etc., etc. And my first question is, why do you want to do it? You know, and the big thing is, if you're only in it to have experiences, you know, to and that's fair enough. Mm-hmm. You don't need equipment. You don't need to have all this gear.
Right.
If you're in it to try to catch evidence, then you need to, as I said, have at least a voice recorder, a camera of some sort, and go from there. Then you can start going up into your EMF meters, your spirit boxes, and all those sort of wonderful things.
Right.
But and they are people do like all that sort of stuff. So when we run workshops and seminars, etc., and we take people on investigations, and we'll use those equipment because that's what people enjoy, and they like to see different ways of things being done.
Yeah, I understand that.
Personally, a camera and a voice recorder is what would be my own kit if I was on my own.
Right. I actually, a friend of mine, Dani, she's on the show here. She came with me today to do the walkthrough, and she had a little bit of an experience where we went into one of the rooms, and her heart started, racing, and she didn't feel right for a while, and she was a little freaked out about it. So I don't believe she's a skeptic anymore.
It's amazing what can happen. I mean, for example, I was working with some new people in the field, and I was doing we do house clearings as well. And I was doing a house clearing at a house for a young lady. She was being harassed a bit. It wasn't anything demonic. It wasn't anything that was super nasty. But once I was doing the clearing, and I always have someone videotaping as well. And the bedside table started wobbling towards us, walking its way towards us. And this poor person, who was a skeptic, freaked out a little bit. And they're not skeptics anymore. So, it does happen. But people can be affected by the energy in those places as well. If there's spirit energy, or even the dust and things can make people feel strange. So yeah, there's a whole range of things that could happen to make people feel that way.
Well, this is Dani, the one that had the weird feelings. I definitely did not think I believed in all that stuff, ghost-wise, paranormal-wise. So 2 rooms that we went in, the first one, my heart was pounding. I could not get control of my heart rate. I just felt uncomfortable. It was really weird. And then the second room, I actually went in by myself while Heather was in the operating room, and I just had this gut feeling that there's something. It's almost like anxiety when something just like you feel like bad is about to happen or something bad happened. I started feeling that, and I could not shake it. We went to eat after. I went to a meeting after. I could not shake that feeling.
Really, it's obviously a hospital with heart palpitations could possibly be something related to what actually had taken place in there. But the gut feeling, that's I understand that, and that's the body, the old flight or flight response for when you start to get a bit uncomfortable, fear. And if you can't shake it, maybe you had a bit of energy attached to you still. I'm not sure about Heather, but when we go into a place, we use some what we call grounding techniques that help to protect us, so we don't get attachments as such. So maybe if you still end up, you might have a nightmare tonight, or you might have a bad dream, or you might feel uncomfortable. You might need to just go and get some sort of clean.
I was ready to call my Catholic family and be like, y'all need to pray for me. Y'all need to bless me. I need y'all to come get my rosary. We need to do this. So
I was raised a Catholic myself, so I'm sort of a bit of an outcast, I suppose, in what I do.
I guess that was my first paranormal, ghostly type of experience because, like I said, I didn't really believe in it, and that's partially because ignorance is bliss. Plenty of people believe in stuff they don't see, but when something actually happens to them, they're not prepared to accept it. And Heather was there the whole time. She was like, hey, these are a couple things that can happen. You just have to let it happen. If you get too uncomfortable, let me know. I'll step in. You can step out, kind of thing. But man, awesome. I just that feeling. It sat in the pit of my stomach almost all day.
Exactly. If that's your first experience, I mean that's a big experience to feel that sort of anxiety and that the heart palpitations on your first outing. And it's good to have someone there that knows what they're doing, like Heather. Because don't be afraid to say that's enough for me. You know what I mean? Get outside, get the sun on you, get some air, whatever.
And that's exactly what she told me. She was like, "Hey, if anything happens and you think it's going too far, go step outside. We can stop it. But if something does happen and you're comfortable with it, embrace it. Let it happen until the point that it gets too much for you to. These people are just trying to be heard. So you can
sure.
be the medium
Exactly.
for them to be heard, let it happen. But if you get to the point that it just gets too scary or too, for lack of a better term, unreal for you, get out, take a step back, relax kind of thing. Because, obviously, if you feel like you have, a spirit trying to speak to you, that can be very terrifying, especially my first time.
Of course. For sure. It's no dishonoring in stepping back, stepping out. It's a slow thing, like someone builds up their skills as a swimmer, not by jumping in the deep end. Sometimes, you have to start off in the shallow end. Mm-hmm. And when that gets too much, step out, then you go that little bit further the next time. Understanding, you start to understand what's going on. As I said, the heart palpitations, for example, might have been a spirit that was in that hospital for something to do with their heart. They might have been trying to show you what they went through.
Yeah.
And the fear that you're feeling mightn't have been yours. It might have been what they were feeling as well.
Yeah, that's what I told her. Yeah, this is how they're getting. That's what I told her. I said, and like she said, I told her, if it's too much for you, I'll get you out. And but she seemed okay, so we went further. And she was a little shaken up for half the day. And I told her, it would get, it'll be okay because we're going back in there Sunday night. So I want her to be prepared because I know that some people are more sensitive than others, and she might be sensitive and not even know that she's sensitive to the situation.
That's correct. We've come across that plenty of times. I've been walking through one of the old hospitals, one of the asylums we do some work at, and I had a lady with me, and halfway down the hallway, slowly burst into tears. She was an empath. She started feeling what they were feeling. She couldn't go any further down the hallway.
Right.
And we took her out. She'd come up. And this happened on many occasions. That people will not even know they're sensitive, and it hits them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's having someone there that can, suppose, take a little bit of control and reassure the person that this is natural. This really is a natural thing. I believe everybody has some degree of
sensitivity to it,
mystic abilities.
Yeah,
sensitivities. That's the word we use. My wife is a sensitive. All my children are sensitives. Even my youngest ones, they see and they hear. And I'm not. I'm not a sensitive, but we work with both sides, electrical and the sensitives. And it's having someone there that can guide you. That's the thing. And that takes a bit of the fear away as well.
So I have a quick question before Mike interrupts.
Yeah.
So when I was in the middle of, my heart palpitations, getting that bad feeling.
Yep.
I honestly felt like it was my duty to try to calm myself down, try to relax, so that way whoever was trying to contact me, or whoever was trying to contact Heather, whoever was trying to make their presence known, to let myself calm down so that way they can express themselves through me and or through Heather. So that was the thing. That was kind of a hard thing because I was like, man, I feel really uncomfortable, but at the same time, if someone's legitimately trying to be heard, if I can help them be heard, why would I not do that? So that was kind of a difficult thing for me to calm down my nerves to allow that to happen. So what is your advice on accepting what is happening? And
yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. What I think people need to do is that experience like yourself, they need to understand that there needs to be a certain amount of protection as well in what you do, or guarding yourself. Mm-hmm. Because I believe, I've seen cases where people have opened themselves up so much that they actually get contaminated by the spirit that's around there. They can become ill. Then you're looking at things like...
I don't want any bad juju.
You're not going to get any bad juju, I'll make sure of it.
Bad juju. We use little things like, for example, a good protection for you if you want to carry something with you is, do you know lavender, the flower lavender? Yeah. We use lavender oil.
Yeah, the lavender oil, yeah.
Yeah, that's a negative to a negative spirit, so it usually would push away something that's negative. Mm-hmm. Himalayan rock salts, all sorts of things. You can carry certain stones such as black obsidian or black tourmaline. They are protections as well. They will, guard you against certain negative energies. But so you need to say, what I understand. I understand what you're saying in wanting to let them come to you and show you what they're doing, and I commend that, and I agree with that, and we do that. But you need to be able to protect yourself as well, so that you're not taking anything home with you.
Yeah.
All right, we're talking to William T-Bone. T-Bone? I'm going to call you T-Bone. Well, you're in Texas, it'd be T-Bone.
T-Bone.
William T-Bone from the Australian Paranormal Society. Great conversation. We'd love to have you back on the show again.
I'd love to come back, matey. I had a ball. You guys are awesome.
And I sent you a friend request. Through there, if you go to the On the Air page, and then from there, the OTA Paranormal page with Heather Bumpous, you will see the building that we'll be in on Sunday.
I'll be on there, matey. Heather sent me the OTA Paranormal on the Facebook there, and I've already accepted your friend's request, my friend.
Good deal.
Thank you, Bill.
We're all good, guys. Well, thank you very much for having me on. And as I said, you guys get over here anytime. We'll look after you.
Hey, I'm going to take you up on that. I'm heading to Australia.
And the next time you're in Texas, you make sure we'll go get some barbecue and go find some scary places to look for ghosts.
Yeah.
We got a lot of just random cemeteries scattered out throughout the
well, he deals with the big wigs, so he knows where to go.
Yeah, there you go.
Very good, guys. I'll take you up on that.
All right. Thank you very much. Again, that's William T-Bone from the Australian Paranormal Society. And we're going to come back because it's time to get in bed with Danny and Mad Mike. But first, we pay the bills because that's what we do here. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by E24.com and Centex Computers right here in Hutto. They are responsible for this gargantuan flamethrower sitting to my left. That is amazing computer. They did a great job. Under $1,000. Under $1,000. Steve did it. He'll fix your iPhones, your iPads, make you a computer, fix the computer you have. And Davis, he'll teach you how to clear your browser history.
Back in middle school.
Okay. But correctly, so, when your parents sit down to use the family computer.
Yeah. It's terrible when you accidentally down a porn app on there.
All right, we'll be back after these messages. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Armed Radio Global Network, and you're on the air. Ever have a computer issue that you can't figure out? Is your computer running slow, locking up, or giving you the blue screen of death? Now you have a store that not only can diagnose your rig, but if needed, upgrade that tired old workhorse. Centex Computers in Hutto is equipped not only to fix your computer, but give you an honest analysis of what needs to be fixed. Let's face it, your home computer is not only convenient, it's essential for your home or your office to stay in touch in this new virtual world. Now you have a place to take your computer for honest and reliable service. Visit www.centexcomputers.com for locations and times. Centex Computers Hutto is the official computer experts for On the Air with Mike Allen.
Hi, now I know you hear Joe Rocks on their weekly restaurant reviews on Night Talk, 10 p.m. Eastern. And boy, these two like to eat. Right, boys? Well, here's something to review right from your house. Eat24. That's right, Eat24.com. With over 25,000 restaurants for you to choose from when you're hungry. Many in your area. So review that, boys. Eat24.com. Click, order, and eat. Eat24.com.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand-new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at Route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. Route106motors.com.
Coming this spring, Mark Production Enterprises presents.
I need to get something going on. Perro tells me many good things about you guys, so I will get right to the point. My brother-in-law was recently arrested. The day they took him in, he had a large shipment of skins coming in through Morelos near Mexico City. Find the shipment, deliver it to our contact, collect your money, and retire.
This place is nuts.
Believe me, you got no idea.
Walter Perez.
Se verá mucho más bonita en persona que en sus fotos. Don't you ever get lonely?
Sometimes. But I have my family.
And starring Charlie Coons and Adal Ramones.
Asegúrate que todo esté listo.
And award-winning actor William Forsythe.
They're gone.
You need to deliver everything to Juarez.
They want the entire shipment found and delivered to them in 72 hours, or they will kill them both.
We'll get them back. One way or the other, this will work out.
Star in The Road to Juarez. World premiere August 22nd in Los Angeles, California, and Austin, Texas.
Once this is over, they're going to get all their money lock, stock, and barrel. You want to throw down with me?
Stay tuned to Arm Radio Global for your opportunity to win a golden ticket and a chance to experience the premiere as a VIP. For your chance to win, listen to On the Air with Mike Allen every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio Global.
Cell 2G 2000 watts. Yeah. Every meeting in my bedroom. So girl, please don't be late.
Oh yeah. Now it's time to close the curtains, light some candles, slip into something more comfortable, like your own skin, and hop into bed with Dani Blaze and Mad Mike, exclusively here on Armed Radio Global, on the air.
All right, so tonight we're going to be talking about the ultimate unanswered question: to do the freak dance with a coworker or to not do the freak dance. Now, I know everyone has their opinion. Lord knows I have been there in situations where the freak dance with a coworker has absolutely 100% always ended bad. It has never ended good. I do know few people, like my parents, and that's about it, that I know that it ended well with them freak dancing with their coworker. A lot of the issues that I feel are big issues with freak dancing with your coworker is that whenever you take your love whisk and mix their batter.
Seriously, are we still doing this? Can we just use real people words?
No, we have to keep it PG for children that stay up past their bedtime.
So when you toss the pizza dough in the air before you put the sausage on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless, whenever
can we just say wieners and stuff? I mean, that's slightly
So
better.
hot dogs and the hot dog bun.
Wieners.
We're going to do a different food group this week. No one that I know...
Wait, aren't penises part of your food group?
They're my only source of dietary sustenance.
Protein? Man protein?
We'll call it man protein. Anyways, Mad Mike is in La La Land because he's having a good session of freak dancing with his coworker. Now, as anyone else knows, that's going to come to an end.
We're supposed to be here tonight. Oh, wait a minute. It's past her bedtime. She might have homework.
Also, she's crippled.
Oh! Well, wait, no. Aren't the high schools all closed?
Oh, so she should still be up late. She's 18, guys. She's legal.
I'd say she's actually listening right now, too. So
good, I hope
you guys
she
all
is.
feel horrible.
I do not feel horrible because she's still in high school. And yes, she's
still say that.
I feel like we should have a PSA. She is very legal, so no one called the cops in.
So that's kind of a question.
Yeah, anyways, she is of the legal American age to freak dance with whoever she chooses. But
she chose
she chose Mad Mike, and that was a horrible decision. No offense, Diana, because you're really pretty. I didn't mean to say her real name. Princess Diana.
Really? That makes it any better. She died. You should feel bad.
And she's going to die if she keeps effing her coworker. So, nobody listen to Mad Mike right now because he's in La La Land of the good times when you freak dance with a coworker. Now, everyone that's in this room at some point in time has freak danced with a coworker, and it has ended absolutely horribly. Lord knows I can attest to that.
Yep.
So,
actually, I've had a couple that were pretty solid. I was like, all right, well, we're done. Cool.
Yeah.
And that was it.
In real world,
that was
not
all
Davis La La Land. What actually tends to happen is that, one, you have to see them every day. So, a typical freak dance buddy that does the two-person samba with you, usually you don't have to see them. Usually you call them when you need them, but when you samba with I'm doing dance terms this time, guys. It was baking last time, but I'm doing dance terms this time.
Terrible. By samba, she means sex. Having sex.
Yes.
You can say sex.
Yeah.
Can I say? I don't want to offend small children that stayed up past their bedtime.
Listen. If there are any small children listening right now, your parents are bad parents.
Okay, so
better not bring your kids.
So whenever you have sex with a coworker, it's like an F buddy, but like on steroids. Because a normal F buddy, you just call when you need them, and that's it. But when you're F-buddying with a coworker, putting the D in the V, or the A, or the M, whatever you want to do.
The armpit, yeah.
There's multiple holes to a woman's body, apparently, according to Mad Mike.
And they all start with A.
Like A-OK, and...
a mouth hole, a butthole, a vag hole, an armpit, a trach hole.
No, don't do a trach hole. They didn't shoot. Oh, cheese and rice.
Grandma getting freaky with that thing.
Back in WW-Nom, when you had to put it where you could fit it.
All right.
Give it to me, baby.
All right, Shaquishua. Anyways, take out your dentures, everybody. It's going to get weird tonight.
Oh, we're getting gummy, right?
Ever since the cancer, I needed it.
Amen.
Nothing revitalizes the lungs like a little bit of semen.
It's protein, right? So, like I said, it's like an F-buddy on steroids because not only are you having the freak dance, sexy time with them, you have to see them every day. So, let's say you guys had like a weird sexy time last night and you were not comfortable. You have to see them tomorrow at work. If they slipped a finger somewhere where it shouldn't have gone, according to Mad Mike, one of the A's that you did not appreciate.
All of them.
Typically, the ass. For most people. Because, I mean, no guy in this room wants anything in their butt. As far as I'm
Actually,
concerned.
Patrick does. Patrick absolutely
Jews don't count.
I can guarantee that.
No.
Yes.
Let me express to these people. Oh, I gotta educate these folks, and you guys keep interrupting me. Anyways.
I'm educating them about new ways to have sex.
You have to see them. So, you can't just call them when you want them. You have to see them no matter what, because you guys are going to almost always have the exact same schedule. You got to work the same damn shifts. You can't escape the good or bad sex. Now, on a positive note, if it's good, awesome, you're having great sex. But everyone that you work with is bound to find out. Not found out.
And that's a bad thing. Why?
Yes, because one... That's going to make everything more awkward because it's going to end eventually.
What if they're fat dorks?
It doesn't matter if they're fat dorks or redneck gays. It doesn't matter. They are going to find out and they're going to take that shit running. So, if you and your coworker decide to ever end things, it's going to be weird because everyone at work is going to know that you freak dance with them. I've been there. I've lived that life. Wherever you work at is very small. However big you think it is, it's a lot smaller than you think it is. Probably smaller than the V you put your P in.
I was told that size didn't matter, and I'm going to go ahead and stick with that.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, whatever baby Jesus says is okay.
I've been told that I'm hung like a porn star.
The Japanese variety.
A Japanese porn star.
So, I mean, you're saying we shouldn't send videos and or sell videos to all the coworkers?
No, you should never do that. Why? One, that could be illegal.
Money!
Yeah, except you're not making any money off of it. If you're making money off of it, you would have very fair points.
I call it fapitalism.
Fapitalism, brought to you by Mad Mike, here in the Man Cave on Armed Radio. Okay, me being the only girl that does this, do y'all see what I have to deal with? I want y'all to feel my pain. There's no happy pain.
We don't take dicks, so we don't.
There's no.
we don't unhinge our jaw.
If you know how to take a dick, you wouldn't have any pain. But that's next week's segment.
Yeah,
apparently,
I've never had to unhinge my jaw to fit 34 inches. So I mean, I don't have to feel that pain.
If snakes can do it, I can do it.
Danny says Mr. Kiyobashi was a very nice guy.
He was very nice, and also my coworker. So obviously, it ended horribly wrong. Also, another reason why doing the freak dance with the coworker is bad is because what if they are not satisfying?
Then they tell all their other coworkers.
Then they're walking around on Happy Land talking about, oh yeah, I did this and did this, and you're just like, oh god, I can't even look you in the eye because that was the worst freak dance of my life. Especially if they're not, as according to Mike Allen, size does not matter. Any woman out there that has any kind of sense will vouch for me when I say size fucking matters, and I'm going to say the F word one time here. But whenever you work with somebody and realize they're not packing heat in the area that they should be fully loaded, and then you have to work with them, that is a bad time.
So what you're saying, there's not enough gigabytes on their thumb drive.
There's 0 gigabytes. And I'm referring to a specific instance, but
so
whenever...
what you're saying is it's not the carrots that you chop up to put in the salad, but it's the ones that you dip in the ranch.
Yeah, dip it all the way in the ranch. Everyone loves ranch.
At any point in time, if we're talking about this, did you acquire any malware on your flash drive?
I had to get a new computer because the spyware just would not cure any of the viruses I had on my computer.
You heard it first here.
Once you go Mac, you never go back.
Yes, computer references. I'm so excited. Anyways, so...
Oh, my God.
Danger Davis, who's supposed to be supporting my anti-freak dance with coworkers story, is not helping me because Mad Mike is so lost in vagina, he can't even get himself back out of the dark cave of love.
Isn't that a good problem?
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't be lost in it. If you can't find your own member in the cave of love, you need to get the hell out of Dodge.
Well, I always know where my member is. I mean, it's usually on me. I mean, it's not like it's detachable, and I have to go and buy it, somewhere.
Maybe you should buy it.
Yeah, about that. Have you ever heard that song?
What song?
Detachable penis?
No.
Oh, well, yeah, that'll change everything.
Next segment. How to detach and reattach penises. But for now, I personally have anti-coworker freak dance stories, and I know Danger Davis is just been dying for the last week to share them. So he's going to tell us why it is never a good idea. Not never ever, because out of
some of them aren't.
Out of 5% chance you can succeed in that, 95% of the time it's going to end horribly. And Danger Davis has spoken many a times of the horrible freak dance stories he has had with coworkers that have ended well. Mad Mike, you're going to shut up because you don't count because you're getting you are getting consistent sex, so you have no.
All he sees.
You have no you have no ground to stand on because you're just having orgasm after orgasm. That's where the rest of us have had horrible. And
bad.
When I mean horrible, I mean horrible coworker stories.
All right.
Some of them have been good.
I'm just.
They ended bad.
Well, for starter, I guess we won't use names and stuff like that, but I will also say, as far as coworkers go,
My name's Timmy.
Oh my God! Shut up. For starters, along with coworkers, it is a bad idea to date your boss's daughter, even when your boss is like, when your boss,
especially when your boss is your dad.
You're terrible. No, even when if
this is Texas, not Arkansas.
Yeah, if your boss introduces you and is.
Good morning, Arkansas!
If your boss introduces you to their daughter and is just like, hey, this is so-and-so, and y'all should go out on a date, just decline.
You have so many things in common, like a mother.
And she always knows how to make you feel better when you're sad.
Making me lose my train of thought here. But no.
Fucking your boss's daughter.
Yeah. It's really bad because when you go and hook up with said boss's daughter and she ends up telling her mother who is your boss, and you have to sit down in front of her.
Or she ends up being a dude.
Oh my god, dude, shut up.
That was a tie-off.
So no, like when you have to sit down in front of your boss and her husband, and they both know that you put your penis all up inside that, and you're trying to play it off as, no, we just watched Netflix. It's kind of bad.
Alright. Well, apparently...
That, and like, let's just, like, when it gets around to, like, other coworkers and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, so you and so-and-so were, like, fooling around and stuff, and even, like, when all is said and done, and apparently everybody still thinks that you're dating, and you're like, we were never dating to begin with, and your coworkers your coworkers just don't stay out of your business.
Alright, sleeping with coworkers, the hot topic tonight.
Oh, yeah.
In bed with Dani Blaze and Mad Mike. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Armed Radio Global Network. And we'll be right back after these messages. You're on the air.
Who's the Candy Man? Why, Brian Smiley, of course. Brian Smiley Candy Company. There you'll find aisles and aisles of every candy imaginable. Brian Smiley Candy Company is located at 35 Industrial Parkway in Woburn, Massachusetts. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30 p.m. or call them at 781-935-1660. Brian Smiley is the Candyman.
Is your wife wicked hot? Or is she just cold? Do you just want to take a hot shower? Call Savino Mechanical for all your heating, hot water, and cooling needs. Savino Mechanical has been servicing Greater Boston and Southern New Hampshire for over a quarter century. Quality 24-hour service, reasonable rates, satisfaction guaranteed, licensed and insured. And remember, at Savino Mechanical, we are not comfortable until you are. Call Savino Mechanical today at 1-855-624-4280. That's 1-855-624-4280. Savino Mechanical.
Savino Wine Preservation System is wine preservation glassware. Savino is an easy-to-use wine preservation system that allows you to enjoy your favorite wines anytime without waiting for an occasion. Open any bottle with confidence, knowing that you can enjoy the full original flavor of Tuesday's wine on Saturday. For more information, visit us at www.savinowine.com. Today's wine, tomorrow.
Night Talk with Joe Rocks, 10 p.m. Eastern, Thursdays, is now on Ustream TV. Spreaker for replays and live. On Live 365, exclusively on Armed Radio Global.
All the time, it's detachable. This comes in handy a lot of the time. I can leave it home when I think it's going to get me in trouble, or I can not need it. But now and then I go to a party, get drunk, and the next morning.
Tonight's broadcast is embarrassingly brought to you by E24.com. I did not know what I was getting into when I downloaded that song. Thank you for that, Mike, idiot. Yeah, download this, play this song. Last time I listened to you. E24.com. Sentex Computers of Hutto. Give them a call. They find all these people on Facebook, too. They're all over Facebook. Like them on Facebook. The guests tonight were calling in on the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline. Ring Central is responsible for our 1-800 number. Old Town Insurance is responsible for donating 20 of the 30 tickets we have to give away. The golden ticket to the Road to Juarez, which will be April 24th. Tweet email. I'm going to be checking all that stuff tomorrow. We'll be reading the winners live on the air. If you're listening right now and you live in the Austin or LA area, and you'd like to not only get a golden ticket to go to the premiere of The Road to Juarez, but have an opportunity to be a VIP, sit with the actors and actresses, go to the final, go to after premiere party, and win a date with our own Dani Blaze. Not a date with Mad Mike, who apparently has a detachable penis. Now let's get back in bed. I'm Mike Allen. You're on the air, and here is Dani Blaze and Mad Mike.
100% control of this segment. At this point, I've been the sexment, apparently. So I've lost complete control. Although I'm trying to help people into not making horrible decisions with their sex life, I have been completely overruled by Mad Mike and Danger Davis because they just want to talk about putting their penises in different vaginas.
Stinky ones, too.
And stinky ones, apparently. Apparently, you don't even have to take care of yourself. You don't even have to be healthy. They will literally put their penis in any vagina.
For the record.
No, not for the record. For the record, you said. I don't even
You weren't even there.
I was here. I'm looking at you right now.
No, you weren't. I was with Seth.
So Seth
We were
can
talking
can
bro,
vouch.
even sniff.
Hey, there's a bastion of credibility right there.
Hey, that's not fair.
God. I wasn't talking about that. She slept with Seth.
Yeah, it was an interesting. Back on the topic of the matter at hand. You know, one of those things. You know, it's not only work. Let's say you have, classmates too. One of them that happened to me when I was getting my degree in space shuttle door gunning. Yes, I went to college for that, actually. That's what I do professionally. That's my job. Yeah. But when I was doing that, one of the other female space shuttle door gunners, we got into a very passionate, heated relationship. And now, because of that, she doesn't even work for NASA anymore. We actually got an argument so bad that she actually decided to leave NASA. You know, it's one of those deals.
And by that, I mean she had no orgasm.
Hey, it's hard to do stuff in space.
Or planet Earth.
In space, nobody can hear you scream, especially when you don't.
I was gonna say that.
Who's writing these punchlines? I want to know who's writing these punchlines for these guys.
That's from the movie Alien.
Of course, when you're in space, if your fellow astronaut doesn't know how to work Kegel balls, and you don't have enough to grab.
Astronaut.
So maybe next segment we should talk about Kegel balls, the perks. There's no cons. It's like literally you can only benefit yourself.
And the holes they go into.
To accommodate small penises in space.
Danny's butt, the final frontier.
I have no comment for that because I have nothing negative to say about that.
Danny's butt, Deep Space 12.
It's not deep space if you do Kegel balls.
I don't know. I've heard otherwise.
In here.
So,
see now you're just getting mean.
Back to our fucking topic of tonight. Since we have gone completely
off track.
Track.
Let us get back on track. I have my cards in front of me. Let's just.
What are your cards?
My card says here. It says.
Enlighten us with your little cards
to get you back on track.
Thank you, because I've lost complete control.
Sleeping with coworkers or your boss's daughter. Go.
Is a horrible decision. I don't know how bad I can embed this. Oh my god, I set myself up. I've been in the man cave. I've been in the man cave so long I just set my own self up.
Yeah.
And just like sleeping with a coworker, there was no benefit to me. It ended in sadness and disgrace every time.
Unintentional pun win.
The puns always win.
It's fun when you can do the walk of shame on a radio show.
Or going into work the next day.
The talk of shame.
One.
And Danger Davis for the kill.
He always makes it so like non-pleasurable. It's like anti-orgasm, just bullet, just you will never come.
You'll never get this.
La 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 la.
Ay ay ay. It is a fucking circus.
I lose control.
The pork circus.
I'm gonna make my couple points and then I'm just gonna hand it over because I'm tired of trying. Just like women's orgasms, they can only fake it for so long. 1.
Davis is gonna realize that at some point.
1. Don't have sex with a coworker because 95% of the time it's gonna end bad. 2. What are you gonna do when you have to walk ashamed to a work meeting the next day? 3. What happens if the sex is super awkward and you guys continue to no longer have sex and then you continue to have to see them? Do not interrupt me. I just saw you unmute your mic. Do not. Let me make my points and then y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all feel like with this segment because I've given up. There's only so long.
She just slammed my toilet seat down.
Yeah. I'm out of here.
Little League.
Little League, I'm so out of here. Now, I forgot where I was at. So 3, what happens if it's bad? You have to see them again. You have to see them every day because you work with them.
I do have a question, though.
After I finish my 2 more points, you can question all you want.
All right.
4, what happens when everybody at work finds out? If it continues to go good, fine, that's good for you guys, but they will ruin it because people are so selfish and they will ruin any chance that you have of an orgasm and happy sex time because they're not getting it. 5, do you get another job? What happens if it just goes so horrible? You're like, I can't work here anymore because I have to see them all the time. You can't just like wake up one day and be like, hey, I'm going to need another job. That's not how the real world works. So you have to stick it out.
Stick it out and stick it in.
Oh my God, I cannot even. See, I should have had my rosary on today. I should have had
nobody ever.
I should have had my damn rosary on. I'm possessed. I was at the Taylor Sanitarium with Heather today, and I got possessed.
Demons are possessing me. We're gonna have a sexorcism at night here.
I wish. Sign me up for that class. Can I please? Can I please be signed up? Anyways.
Can I get a hymen?
This has been by far the biggest circus that we have ever ran on this damn show. I have made my points. Never fuck a coworker. Mad Mike and apparently Danger Davis will now continue to tell you what the positive puns will be to getting pussy with your penis. We're just going to say everything that starts with the P. If it starts with the P, it's a valid point.
But I got a question. I have a question.
Question.
What if the sex is mind-blowingly good?
Keep doing the sex thing.
It's not your boss's daughter, and your boss isn't your dad.
I would hope you're not fucking your boss, your dad, who's your boss's worker. I don't really know how to word
your sister, Danielle.
Don't fuck your sister, but I feel like that shouldn't be a thing that I have to say on the show.
Nah.
In my defense, we are recording from Texas, where that's not allowed. Now, there's a few states in the grand United States that do allow it, a.k.a. Arkansas.
And in Mexico, where there's donkeys.
Oh, my God. No, I really do want to talk about donkey shows.
She's like, yeah, I remember this one time. It was me like some guy.
No, not today. But we did have a conversation about that. So maybe
on vacation.
I did fuck a donkey. I don't know.
I do want to find out the pros.
There's zero. There's zero. There's zero because you're going to make a lot of money from tickets, but then you're probably going to die because a woman's body is not made to take a donkey dick. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that to people. But anyways, if the sex is mind-blowing, ride that out, but just like any other freak dance buddy.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Oh my God. Everything I say is so sexual. Whenever you meet
all the testosterone in this room just automatically became 12 years old again.
Whenever you meet a nice lady and decide to accompany her after a nice dinner, if it isn't super fun,
take her out to dinner.
Accomplishment.
What the hell is that?
You need to buy your lady dinner before you get in her freak
And
pants.
you know what? When you buy your woman dinner,
make sure you
take her feelings into effect and make sure that the menu is well lit from behind.
And then, if anything, you give her the hell
her
of a
best
milkshake
feature
of her life.
Anyways, before I let these two motherfuckers take it over, because obviously I have no say on this.
I have done that before.
Me too.
If the freak dance with your coworker is super awesome, write it out. But like any other freak dance partner that you will have in your lifetime, because you're going to have more than one if you're living life, there needs to be rules defined. As in, do not tell other coworkers. 2, No, Mad Mike, do not wave in the air. This is not the Breakfast Club. Do not put your fist in the air. No one won. You're not going to get a diamond earring at the end of this.
Hey, that's what you think.
There needs to be rules.
Might get a double barrel shotgun from Dad.
Yeah.
Nah.
I recommend not informing or letting it slip, although that could be sexual too. Wetter the better. Fine, I'll throw it out there. Don't let other coworkers know, because that will make things 10 times more awkward whenever your freak dance ends, because all good freak dances come to an end.
What if you get married?
You don't get married.
Your parents did.
No. Yeah, and they're also... I'm not going to go there. That's a different segment, but we're not going to talk about my parents' sex life, although I know all about it because of my dear kind-hearted mother.
Who's listening tonight, probably.
No, she's dead asleep because she's probably
really
drunk, passed out. Let's be honest.
Not getting railed, but just drunk.
Just drunk and alone. So, anyways, don't do it. If you're going to do it, be smart about it. Use protection. We don't need creepy crawlies going around the workplace. And 3, don't let coworkers know. Mad Mike and Danger Davis will now ruin the rest of the segment, and I'm out of here to go get more alcohol.
Grab me one.
All right, yeah. We're about to enhance this segment. We are Radio Viagra.
We're gonna get you up late tonight.
All right. Number 1, tell any and all ugly dudes that you work with that you are, because they will become jealous and you will have them in your pocket because they will think there's a chance they can actually maybe get with that, but they can't. So that's one upside.
Never fuck the ugly guy.
Yeah, ever. So
He will stalk your
no patties.
Then why is...
Never fuck the Jew.
Yeah.
Selfish.
Oh, wow.
I'm
pretty innocent.
I'm like, I'm gonna be like, this dick's not gonna suck itself. I mean,
also, the Jew will shave a crop circle into his
Yeah, the good old-fashioned crop circle.
Hey, they were bitching and moaning about
here's some serious upsides.
So hold on. So hold on.
No, there was just like a void of hair.
Hold on. Hold on.
I don't want to hold on to it.
Now, you shaved a crop circle.
No, I was okay. So I was like sleeping with
You need
this.
to really be frank about this.
Okay, so all right, everyone. So I was sleeping with this one chick, and I've got a nice beard. I'm a hairy guy, so there was like some hair down there. And before that, I hadn't slept with anyone for like a couple months, and I hadn't been on any dates. So I was like, screw this. I'm not gonna upkeep any of this. I'm just gonna grow the beard out and look awesome and stuff. And she was like, yeah, you kind of need to trim that up down there. So I just instead of just taking it to the level of just like trimming it, I basically just went and shaved everything around my penis. So there was just like a circle of no hair, and we called it the crop circle.
Side note, no woman is trying to go into Nam. We don't want to be prisoners of war. We don't want to have to fight any crime. We're not superheroes.
And ladies,
you want to get it. If you want your dick sucked, you better have that shit well
I'm just
maintained,
saying.
like Edward Scissorhand Bushes. Have that shit like... It better be like a damn art museum. Do you want to go down on a wild 70s bush? Absolutely
Well,
fucking
I got
not,
something to say to that. Ladies, if you want us to like stick our head between your legs and do some stuff down there, when you take off your panties, I don't want to hear Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses.
So
Nobody
why
does.
would a girl want that then, Danger Davis?
Hey, I trimmed it. There was a crop circle. There was nothing down there.
That's rapier.
Here's the whole issue. This is coming from a whole bunch of people.
Hold on. What are we talking about? We're talking about manscaping, right?
Yes, and just general pubic hair maintenance. Now, here's the whole deal. This is coming from a whole bunch of white people. Somebody who comes from a brown ancestry. It's totally okay. If you're going down, you got a jungle too. I have facial hair. You have facial hair. You're a chick. I'm a dude. Sometimes you may be half dude. It's all right, man. It comes out to... There are still people who just, if you are hairy, just... do your thing, man. It's all right. But then there's other times where, if it's hairy, then stuff gets stuck to the other, and now your beard is stuck to her crotch, and you're kind of hungry, and there's no food because your face is glued to her crotch. You might have some issues there, you have to exercise extreme moderation. I kind of think about it like the whole thing. It was on the Swanson Pyramid of Greatness. When it comes to, hair and grooming, only women shave from the neck down, and that is a true story.
Unless you ever want your dick sucked again, I suggest you maintain that shit and be a woman, quote unquote, and shave down there and or trim. No one wants to go in there and get lost. If it gets dark and scary, I'm getting the fuck out of there. I will leave every man behind, and I will get what is mine.
I'm just gonna say, I mean, I'm not a big fan of like hair down there with ladies. I mean, sometimes the only hair, ladies, that I want to see between your legs is my beard.
Okay, honestly, if you have a smiley face, that would be cool. That would be awesome. A smiley face, a dragon. I mean, I could just think of so many like pubic hair designs now that would be just epic. Like,
landing strip.
Yeah, if you were able to have Han Solo.
I like the V.
And it's sweet, sweet victory.
All guys need is that little patch of happiness just to guide them to the glory land. That's all they need. They don't need a wild safari adventure. They just need a happy little guidance tool. It's like when you're going
Life's a garden.
Sometimes, what is the saying?
Dig it.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta dig
Whisker
it.
penis.
Unless you fucking suck at it, then just let it go. Digging a hoe is why you got into your fish
I was
and or
making
bakery.
garden references.
Garden references is not where we're at.
All right, I'm going to try to gain control of this here. I don't know what's going on. I lost it. I can't do it. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by E24.com, Centex Computers out of Hutto, and the producers of Mark Production Enterprises and the Golden Ticket campaign that they're putting on to allow folks to go see their movie, Road to Juarez, and their premiere. That'll be April 24th. Text me at Mike Allen, OTA, hashtag it Armed Radio, or send me an email, MikeAllenSports@gmail.com, for your chance to win a golden ticket. There's only 30 of them, and they're going to go fast. Be right back after these messages. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Armed Radio Global Network, and you're on the air.
Sit down every time I take a leak. After a few hours of searching the house.
Ever have a computer issue that you can't figure out? Is your computer running slow, locking up, or giving you the blue screen of death? Now you have a store that not only can diagnose your rig, but if needed, upgrade that tired old workhorse. Centex Computers in Hutto is equipped not only to fix your computer, but give you an honest analysis of what needs to be fixed. Let's face it, your home computer is not only convenient, it's essential for your home or your office to stay in touch in this new virtual world. Now you have a place to take your computer for honest and reliable service. Visit www.centexcomputers.com for locations and times. Centex Computers Hutto is the official computer experts for On the Air with Mike Allen.
Hi, now I know you hear Joe Rocks on their weekly restaurant reviews on Night Talk, 10 p.m. Eastern. And boy, these two like to eat. Right, boys? Well, here's something to review right from your house. Eat24. That's right, Eat24.com. With over 25,000 restaurants for you to choose from when you're hungry. Many in your area. So review that, boys. Eat24.com. Click, order, and eat. Eat24.com.
Is your wife wicked hot? Or is she just cold? Do you just want to take a hot shower? Call Savino Mechanical for all your heating, hot water, and cooling needs. Savino Mechanical has been servicing Greater Boston and Southern New Hampshire for over a quarter century. Quality 24-hour service, reasonable rates, satisfaction guaranteed, licensed and insured. And remember, at Savino Mechanical, we are not comfortable until you are. Call Savino Mechanical today at 1-855-624-4280. That's 1-855-624-4280. Savino Mechanical.
Savino Wine Preservation System is wine preservation glassware. Savino is an easy-to-use wine preservation system that allows you to enjoy your favorite wines anytime without waiting for an occasion. Open any bottle with confidence, knowing that you can enjoy the full original flavor of Tuesday's wine on Saturday. For more information, visit us at www.savinowine.com. Today's wine, tomorrow.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
Coming this spring, Mark Production Enterprises presents.
I need to get something going on.
Perro tells me many good things about you guys, so I will get right to the point. My brother-in-law was recently arrested. The day they took him in, he had a large shipment of skins coming in through Morelos near Mexico City. Find the shipment, deliver it to our contact, collect your money, and retire.
This place is nuts.
Believe me, you got no idea.
Walter Perez.
Se verá mucho más bonita en persona que en sus fotos. Don't you ever get lonely?
Sometimes. But I have my family.
And starring Charlie Coons and Adal Ramones.
Asegúrate que todo esté listo.
And award-winning actor William Forsythe.
They're gone.
You need to deliver everything to Juarez.
They want the entire shipment found and delivered to them in 72 hours, or they will kill them both.
We'll get them back. One way or the other, this will work out.
Star in The Road to Juarez. World premiere August 22nd in Los Angeles, California, and Austin, Texas.
This is over. They better get all their money lock, stock, and barrel. You want to throw down with me?
Stay tuned to Arm Radio Global for your opportunity to win a golden ticket and a chance to experience the premiere as a VIP. For your chance to win, listen to On the Air with Mike Allen every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio Global.
Cell, 2G, 2,000 watts. Yeah.
All right, we are back. And I don't know why we came back, because we have lost total control. But now I guess, what are we deciding on? What are you talking about now?
We are going to go to the segment of places where to bone and where not to bone.
Where not to bone.
With
Okay.
Mad Mike and, I guess, Danger Davis's ideas of places that are okay to bone.
Apparently Danny's checked out. So anyway, tonight's broadcast brought to you by E24.com. Go ahead and put the zip code anywhere you're at, and they will find a restaurant to deliver food directly to you. You can download their free app on the iTunes or Google Play. Same thing. Just put in the zip code. They'll find some food, and they'll bring it to you. Also, Centex Computers of Hutto. Go see Steve down there. He'll help you out. He'll help you build a computer. He'll help fix the computer you got, or he'll help fix your iPhone or iPad. That's Centex Computer of Hutto, the official computer store of On the Air with Mike Allen. Now, for the last 13 minutes of the show, I turn it over again as we jump back into bed with Dani Blaze and Mad Mike.
Danger Davis watches.
Let me go get some pizza.
And the Vaseline comes out.
Yes.
And or Black Forest ham.
All right,
hold on. I got a question.
Okay.
This is a legitimate question now that I have that I forgot. Oh, when is it appropriate in a tag team situation?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
2 guys, 1 girl. When is it appropriate to high five?
All the time.
If she starts getting pissed off about it, just keep doing it.
Or if she can genuinely have an orgasm and not faking it, which if you have any idea what your penis is doing, you will know, then, the peanut gallery would like to chime in on female orgasms.
Well, somebody once asked me how long does it take for a woman to have an orgasm, and who gives a shit?
If you are, that can is fucking. I'm about to go more on your. I will be the black mom on Maury, whose son is not the father.
Danny.
I will be that lady.
Danny just
I will cry on the couch in the hallway.
Neck on me.
I will bob and weave all day and night. One, if you can generally make a woman orgasm, not her faking that you can't tell a difference. If you can legitimately tell, that's when you can high five and it'd be appropriate. Because you know what? If you did what you were supposed to do, she would probably join in on that high five.
But you're high fiving your bro.
Yeah, I'd say you're not supposed to high five chicks. They don't play sports.
If my bro was able to give me an orgasm, I would high five the shit out of him.
Not legitimate sports. They play basketball and volleyball.
And doing dishes.
Wait, don't men play basketball too?
Yes, they play men's basketball.
Yeah, we play a sport that isn't all about
Don't
fundamentals.
break my microphone.
I'll see you bitches on the court. I'm taller than half you motherfuckers.
Except we have something called athletic ability because we're men. Except for Patrick.
If anybody wants to call in the show right now, 512-539-0357. 512-539-0357. Call in the show. Help Danny out.
The fact that y'all's boobs jiggle more than mine does not make you a man.
The fact that I can pee standing up means I can.
You've seen me pee it standing up, so that point is mute.
Yeah, but mine doesn't run down my legs.
Yeah, I'll say I don't complain about the toilet seat being down, so that's your problem there, dude. I ain't gonna help you out.
How about you two just fuck each other?
Nah,
that's
we'll high five.
See, now we're just getting.
You might be able to fake orgasm with each other. It'd be super
We're
beautiful.
just getting angry now. And this,
yeah, I'm so angry. I'm more angry now than I am when I have a fake orgasm.
Wait, are you butthurt?
Where are you going?
I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge.
No, you're not. Sit down. This is your segment.
You guys suck and I hate all of you.
we just butt sex Danny with no lube.
I just want to touch people's butts and not y'all's.
Bite the pillow. I'm going in dry.
How can you get... So this,
my pillow can actually make me orgasm.
Now, Danny, this isn't get in bed with Mad Mike and
Danger Davis. Really? Because I feel like they've been more cuddly.
Well, move them out of your chair.
One of them is
making... What the hell is he sitting in your chair for?
One of them is making breakfast with the other one in the morning. We just haven't determined.
Hey, get back in your seat, because this is your segment.
My segment has gone to shit.
Well,
this is worse than Eminem and 8 Mile. It's getting fucking... Yeah, mom spaghetti all over my t-shirt.
Get the headphones back. Sit down.
Yeah. I think
don't let Danger Davis take over your chili thing.
Did we butt sex Danielle out of her own segment? Because she's really butthurt right now.
Butt sex would be super awesome right now, but that's a different story.
Zero lube.
We're going to talk about butt sex next week, right?
Yes, next week is actually the whole entire discussion on actual anal sex, not what the fuck these two think is anal sex.
All right, we got about 10 minutes left in the show. If you'd like to call into the show, 512-539-0357 or 866-225-5401. If you have any questions for these two...
Please have questions for me.
1, no woman will call in here because everyone thinks I'm out of my mind for dealing with this shit. 2, no man will call in because he's scared of the woman that he's actually having sex with.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Damn, she just called you guys out. I know you're out there listening. Give us a call.
If my balls were in someone else's purse, I'd be a little bit pissed off too. And I wouldn't.
No,
I'm calling everybody.
No, what if your balls were in somebody else's mouth?
Then that's okay. Ladies, don't neglect the balls.
You gotta hum while you do it.
This has nothing to do with freak dancing with coworkers. We have completely gone off track.
Yeah, but we've gone off track into new undiscovered places. It's
that end in sadness and shame. You start drinking black coffee after listening to this show. No cream here.
8 minutes is all I need.
Oh.
Yeah.
8 minutes. Yeah. No, well, she talked about that.
Yeah.
She said, get on, get done, and get off.
Yeah.
This is not
This ain't the freaking marathon.
High speed,
This
low
is not
drag
Iraqi
sex.
freedom. You get in and you get the hell
this
out.
Ain't penthouse letters. I never thought it happened to me.
In a world where sex lasts all of 30 seconds, we put you in the bed with Patty and Danny.
If you could somehow manage to get her where she needs to go in 30 seconds, you do that. No woman that I know, unless she's having the craziest sex, and if she is, please personally text me because I would like to know your secrets. Unless she's having...
Or steal her man.
Fuck it. If you steal him if you can. At that point, I'm not even mad. If you could legitimately get off or get to your Bahamas destination in 30 seconds, please feel free to enlighten me because obviously I have not had that. Now, no woman that I know personally is down to freak dance for hours on end.
My dick is like the transporter. It doesn't have any hair on the head, and it gets you where you need to go in a very prompt, timely manner.
Thank you. And I appreciate your sacrifice to this beautiful country that we live in, America. Well, we can have bacon and pancakes.
America.
And Diet Dr. Buttholes for
Also,
people who know.
Now you're just making stuff up, man.
Another side note that has nothing to do...
Diet Dr. Butthole.
Since this show has gone completely off track, and we're just going to say random shit that has to do with sex... My fun fact of the night will be, hey, ladies that are listening, which I'm pretty sure at this point no sane woman is listening, but let's face it, no woman is sane. Stop faking it, because you're giving guys this weird enlightenment that they are just rocking shit all night. And then
empowerment. Weird empowerment.
You're not, but okay, we'll play this silly guessing
I was
game.
saying empowerment. You were looking for empowerment, not enlightenment.
Either way, it sucks. And not in a fun, successful way.
No.
Women, if you're having bad sex with a guy, do not continue to fake that you're actually having a good time. You know why? Because not only are you being a selfish bitch because you're having bad sex, but everybody else after you, because there will be plenty after you, is also going to have bad sex. We need to join together as a sisterhood and stop fake orgasms. Because, yeah, according to Danger Davers, Sisterhood of the Traveling Vaginas.
That sounds like Danny and her friends.
Yeah, well, if me and my friends could all have good sex, that'd be awesome, but we're not. So if you want to calm your woman down and get her to be the least amount of crazy that she could be, because, like I said, we're all crazy.
You release them to their natural habitat.
You do not fuck them in a bad way. You fuck them like they owe you money and that they killed your mom. You just get in there, wreck shop, and get the fuck out.
Yeah, that's weird, dude.
It's not weird. Hey, whatever y'all need to do to get y'all to perform correctly, do it.
So, I mean, if we have to pee on him, are you saying that's cool?
If that's what she's into, whatever you and your lady do, as long as she's cool with it, you pee on her, you touch each other's butts, you do whatever you gotta do. Not every woman's into that, so I don't think you can go into every sexual encounter that you have doing that, but I'm full on embrace the golden shower if that is what you need to get off.
So you're saying we should go around in the streets with bamboo poles, beat random strangers, then have sex over their beaten bodies?
If that's what they like.
Okay, then.
That sounds like the start of a movie that probably would be illegal in many places.
So whenever you're backpacking through Europe, go ahead and try that out. Let me know how it goes, because it's not going to happen here.
Porn hostel.
That's probably a thing. I don't go to those parts of the internet.
Drill ya.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, don't fuck your coworker. If you're not having good sex, don't have sex with that person, and do not listen to anything that comes out of Mad Mike and Danger Davis' mouth.
Obliterate.
Amen, sister.
Amen. Go.
According to our paranormal specialist, she says, if you do not have good sex with that person, get the hell out of there.
Pork everything and anything you can, as long as it's legal wherever you live. Because if it's illegal, then, I mean, don't be doing that.
Because then you get porked by a man that you don't want to be porked by.
Yeah, about to say, nobody wants to see their daisy turn into a sunflower, so keep it legal.
Welcome to the life of a woman.
Starfish.
Oh, candy buttholes.
Candy buttholes, yeah, that was a pretty good segment. Yeah. You want to know what's also a thing? Vladimir Putin butt plugs. Recently discovered that. I had a coworker who actually sent me that link. Lost my shit.
Model or something, and they were doing a show
And now I think the show has come to an end.
You guys are running out of steam here.
Everybody should go see the preview for the new Avengers movie, by the way. Just had to get my nerd in there because it looks awesome.
But make sure you see that after you go and watch Road to Juarez. You know, that's kind of your deal. Go watch that movie, then go watch some other ones. And next week when we do this segment, people, please call in. We need some interaction here from the listeners.
There's a lot of listeners out there.
Feel free to call.
They're afraid of y'all.
Talk about wiener. Actually, next week we should talk about wiener size, because there is actually a study that was released last week about the average penis size, and I guess we'll talk about that a little bit more next week too.
Yeah,
I think that'll be a pretty solid segment.
See you next time, guys.
We'll do
the
that.
wiener segment.
All right, big thanks to Walter Perez, David DeLeon, and Caesar Ramirez from Road to Juarez. That movie will be premiering April 24th. Golden tickets available. You know what to do. Tweet me, Mike Allen, OTA, hashtag armedradio, or email me if you're listening to the rebroadcast at mikeallensports@gmail.com. Also, a big thanks to Austin Paranormal Society member or founder, William Tabone. Thank you for calling in tonight. We'll have him back on the show. We are going to be in the Taylor Sanitarium this Sunday, gathering all sorts of pictures and all sorts of fun stuff, and we will have that next week, Wednesday, starting at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. For Mad Mike, Danger Davis, my hot roommate Danny, OTA paranormal expert Heather Bumpous, sitting silently off to the side, my video engineer, he's part of Old Man Huggy Productions, Joe Huggum. He is Old Man Huggy Productions, and my son Alex, who just kind of came in and sat here. I'm Mike Allen. You've been listening to the Armed Radio Global Network. You've been on the air.